Hello. Yeah. Hello. This is Morty. It's the Morty's Diner channel. Yeah, it's Morty. On the Morty's Diner channel. Wow. I suppose I can talk about a few things that have been happening recently. I mean, like, well, why even bother? Nobody would care. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Yeah. Oh, hello, Mega. Mega, I got some new brown paper coffee filters today. Well, that's great. I'm happy for you. You know, you can buy white coffee filters or the natural or brown colored filters. Is there a difference? I don't know. I do buy the brown ones or the natural color, whatever, you know. But yeah, I don't know. The invite link is up if anybody would like to talk to Morty about anything. Morty's not in a good mood. Morty's life is a disaster. I was watching some of the other channels, you know, bits and pieces here and there. And the hate on Morty is rampant, nonstop, endless, and all based on deranged, delusional, drug-induced, really, really, really sick people. But now no one's going to believe this because nobody believes anything I say anyway. But I click on a channel, and what do I see? They're talking about me with the hate. Or I click on a channel, and what do I see but somebody posting a chat comment about me that's full of hate, insults, lies. Some of it is very funny. I mean, not funny, breaks new ground for absurdity. For example, 1 or 2 days ago, I clicked on one of the channels. It might have been the Watch Nicholas channel or the Marcello channel. I don't know. Just clicked on for a minute, see what's going on, then leave. And on the panel was Marcello, T-Dubs, and the tow truck driver, Uzi. And Uzi puts out a question to the other two guys, and he says something like, "Hey, who would be a better addition to the channel?" I guess it was the Nicholas show. Who would be a better person to add to the panel on this channel? Morty's Diner or Ross Rachel Brady? Okay. And Marcelo says, oh, Ross Rachel Brady, definitely. And then T-Dub says, oh, yeah, I agree, Ross Rachel Brady, definitely. And Uzi says, oh, yeah, Ross, that's what I was thinking too, most definitely. And then Marcelo says, yeah, Morty is always, he's just negative, depressed, and he's, Morty is a snake. He really is a snake. Then T-Dubs goes, yeah, snaky, right, he's a snake. And then Uzi goes, yeah, he's a snake, yeah, right, snake. So here we have 3 representatives of these channels: Marcelo, T-Dubs, and Uzi. Now, I'm glad that they prefer Ross Rachel Brady to join their shows, because I'm not going on that channel. I haven't been on that channel in several months. So the question is actually moot. I'm not going on the channel. Second point is, when Marcelo calls somebody a snake, then you really know. And then he's agreed with by T-Dubs and Uzi. I'm not going to comment really about the 3 guys. You know my opinions on these 3 guys, or if you don't, you can take a guess. But unbelievable. So then I changed to another show, and more comments, more hate, more insults, more lies. And the racist comments, the anti-Semitic comments. I saw a stream just recently. I didn't watch it. No way. But it was on that guy's channel, who's probably watching or lurking, the hater. And it was called, and they were debating something about anti-Semitism. You got Tommy and the other guy. I thought this is just priceless. You got a raging hater anti-Semite. You've heard, maybe you haven't heard him, but I've got all the clips of him with his anti-Semitic hate. Well, he hates everybody basically, but yeah. And Tommy, right? Well, that speaks for itself. And well, unbelievable. So thankfully I didn't watch that show. All right. Hello, Gampers. Good afternoon from hate-free, rainy New York. Yeah, there was some snow there, I saw. Very, very nice. Yeah. Very nice. And Dodger. Hey, Dodger. Yeah, the results are in. I'll show those in just a moment. So these people are just, they're just sick. All of everybody out there, they're just sick. My former friend Nicholas is just totally on the Jew-hating bandwagon. It's just incredible, the things he says, the things Uzi says, that guy, almost everybody. I mean, not that on that particular topic, but just every day. It's just amazing. And the people gobble it up. I'm sorry, the people slurp it up. So I was going through, I have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours of clips of shows. And I was going through them to do a mega edit. And I was listening to a lot of them feature that guy. And I had to stop because his voice, I think it's just the worst sounding voice I've ever heard in my life. I mean, I can't even listen to it. It's just beyond nauseating. It's just the worst sounding voice. He has no idea what he sounds like. I mean, he doesn't know anything about. He has no idea what he does, because he does at the moment, and then he, moves on from it because he's, But anyway, so I had to stop on the editing because I just can't deal with it. The voice is just not only the voice but the content. It's just, but it'll be worth it, I think, when it's all done. It'll take a long time. Then I clicked on to maybe it was Watch Nicholas a couple nights ago just to take a quick peek. And Baba was there. And I swear I almost got a razor blade and slit my wrists. He was singing. And I've never heard anything as revolting in my entire life as listening to Baba, quote, sing. Baba has the second worst voice I've ever heard of from anybody in my entire life. Just the worst voice. Well, not even personalities. Well, that too, but. So that guy won Baba to the worst voices that anyone could possibly listen to. Just the sound quality. Just, the guy from Chicago, that guy, the gangster, the psychopath, who talks about me every single day, and he repeats the same exact stories over and over. They go back years. I've got years of clips of this guy, 2 years, 3 years. He just keeps talking about me, the same talking points every time. I mean, it doesn't matter to me because I know the guy's just nuts. And vicious, and other people as well, but it's just incredible. Drekavac, one of the best things Bear ever said. That's correct, right? But you're a big fan of that channel and those people, Boris, so no problem for you. The letter show isn't coming. Anyway. So let's change the picture. See if I can do this. I've got a lot of things to show. And let's do a screen share. Yeah, the poll results are in. Oh, they're not there. Oh, hang on, let me find them. Okay, there it is. All right, I put a poll on my YouTube YouTube posts page, and here it is. This is up 2 days ago, 17 votes, so that's whatever. And it says, which would the community audience prefer? Morty unalives himself, 53%. Morty has a stroke, 0%. Morty has a heart attack and dies, 0%. Morty simply disappears and is never heard from again, 47%. Well, there you have it. The winner, Morty unalives himself, 53%. Of the 17 votes. So that means it was 9 for Morty unalives himself and 8 votes for Morty simply disappears and is never heard of again. Yeah. So that's the latest there on the polling data. Isn't that nice? Okay. What went south with you guys? What guys? Which guys? Affleck. Baba and JB got that Gilbert Godfrey accent. Affleck. Yeah, well, JB's got uh, an interesting voice too, but when he's not freaking out, he's kind of entertaining, or he can be interesting. But well, anyway. So there's Boris. Oh boy, I read that as Morty unveils himself. Oh, Morty unalives. You can't say the SDE word, but you can say unalive. Right. Yeah, so that's the audience vote. So I've been putting together a new post. Which would the audience suggest? One, rope. Two, pew pew. Three, jump in front of bus, which I don't like that one because why involve the driver? You know. Four, the all-time favorite, bridge. Go to a bridge. So that's where it's at with that. Hello, Hurricane. Morty, why must the Academy be so biased against horror flicks? I don't follow Motion Picture Academy stuff at all anymore. They're all nuts. Yeah. Well, the bridge is there. In fact, there was a bridge on the way you head downtown that so many people in the years past were jumping off of, that the city put up a barrier on top of the bridge, on the walkway on top of the bridge. So to stop people from jumping over, because even though I'm a millionaire living in Los Angeles, that's the life a lot of people have in Portland. Yeah, that's what Nick said. I'm a millionaire living in Los Angeles, so I guess I am. So there you have it. I'm a millionaire living in Los Angeles, talking about Portland. Very good. Yeah. Who is Affleck? Is that somebody I need to be looking for? Having my finger on the button, or Dynamite? I didn't think of that. Well, I don't know how to get Dynamite. So yeah. Well, he used to drive a bus, right? No. My house is in San Diego County. That's University Park, La Jolla adjacent. I live in Los Angeles, the millionaire lifestyle. But I talk about Portland. All right. Oh, that's nice. All right, what else? So I put together a whole bunch of screenshots and clips, and I'm putting these all together. And it's taking a long time because I just listened to some of the audio clips from the shows. I just get not nauseous. I just get like despondent because it's such awful content and people. Yeah. Hello, Aussie Expat. How are you doing? Millionaire Morty has a good ring to it. Yeah, so send me money now, Hurricane. Send money. I'm dying. I am dying. So, Hurricane, send money. I can't pay for my funeral. I don't have any money to buy a box. Please send money now. Yes, I know what that means. No, there's a bridge in Portland I was talking about. People jump over a lot. Yeah, they used to do that on the Empire State Building. When I was a little kid, little tiny kid, and we all visited the Empire State Building on the top there, you could, they had a small, glass barrier, and it was very exciting, and you could look through those, those magnifying viewing telescopic things and see all over into the horizon, But at some point later in the 60s or 70s, they realized too many people were jumping off the top of the Empire State Building for a sure and relatively swift demise. So they fenced over the top of the Empire State Building. So unless you brought industrial grade wire cutters, you couldn't jump off of the top of the Empire State Building anymore. Hurricane, $3.99 super sticker. Thank you very much, Hurricane, but that's not going to buy me a cheap wooden box. Or even if I cremate, just a cheap cardboard box. So come on, Hurricane. How about 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, 10,000, 20,000? Come on, man. Help me out. All the EDMMs out there, send Morty money, thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars, so I can give it away to T-dubs. Amazing. When Morty goes to Vegas, the casinos, no, not quite, no. Well, I don't gamble, so no, they don't do that. Yeah, all these channels are loaded with everyday multimillionaires, mega millionaires, decamillionaires. Each one of them can send me 5,000, 2,500. It wouldn't mean anything to them materially. I mean, financially, ego-wise, they wouldn't want to do that. Why should I give this cocksucker any money? I understand that. Especially watch Nicholas. By the way, I heard when I clicked onto Nicholas' channel, he was talking to that guy. He said, Morty wants $5,000. He expects me to pay $5,000 to reappear on his channel. I'm not going on his channel for to pay $5,000. Fuck him. Then he said, I won't say that. Well, I know what he was going to say. But he's missing the point of all those people on the penance list. Nicholas and Uzi, 5,000, Narc, 750, Baba, what is he, 750, Dr. Bob, 550, the psychopath, 21,000, and an exorcist. And of course they're not going to pay that money. And like I mentioned, that's fine with me. So there's no problem. I don't expect anyone to pay anything on that penance list. If they don't, I'm absolutely fine. If they do, yeah, whatever, I'll make you a cremation box. Well, I mean, I could use a can of Quaker Oats oatmeal, one of those canisters, All Eddie wanted was a Patek. All Morty wants is 20,000. These are reasonable people. Yeah, well, you see, Jimmy, I say that, but I know no one's sending me $20,000. Do you understand? I say it, but I know 100% no one's sending me $20,000. Other people say these things, and they really think the people are going to send them that money. And in many cases, people do, which is beyond head-scratching. It's beyond unbelievable. Happy holidays, Morty. Keep your chin up. But no, I'm finished. There's nothing left for me. Campers, the penance amount surely have gone up since you first mentioned. Well, I posted the list a week ago or whatever. That's and I have a video on it, so it's up there. Of course, I don't expect Nick to pay $5,000. Of course, that's the obvious point on the penance list. But it is interesting how, he sent Bateman 1,000. He sent Mike the Snake 1,000. I might have these numbers or people wrong, but he sends this guy 1,000. He sends that guy 500. He's sending these people hundreds and hundreds. And I was his key man on the show, or, sidekick on the show for half a year to a year. And he would just, cash at me $1. And that relates to his Jew hatred comment about Jews and money, which I have a clip of. And I don't see how he's correct, because for all the days, I don't know how many, 6 months to a year I was on his show, I never asked him for a penny. Gave him all my time as a gift for free. Gave him all that support, expecting no compensation, not asking for a penny. But, those Jewish people, when it comes to money, it really affects their morality, their morals. That's what he said. Talk about Jew haters, bigots. Wow. But I got a ton of screenshots on Nicholas and his Jewish hatred, and audio clips from a whole bunch of people, and screenshots, and this whole community is just totally fucked. Whether they're convicts, felons, drug dealers, Jew haters, racists, psychopaths, they're all out there, all of them. Jimmy, Morty, you have to manifest your desire. I have no more desires. Dodger, a guy in Ozempic has lost a lot of weight. He's going to send me his surplus clothes. I'm happy. Oh, very nice. Yeah, you wouldn't believe the clip material I have that I'm editing together. When you hear it all in one after the other, after the other, after the other, it's if a psychiatrist was listening to it, they'd say, I don't know who this guy is who's talking, who these people are, but these people need to be drugged, put in a straitjacket, and then put in a padded cell with a lock on it, because these people are really sick. It's true. Yeah. Anyway, let's talk about something cheerful. I have nothing cheerful. This is the end. The audience has spoken. 53% to 47%. There you have it. Yeah. Freak shows. It's all freak shows. Sick people. I can't wait I'm going to really have to dedicate some time on these clips and make a mega clip out of them. A mega show just of the combined clips, because it's just unbelievable stuff. Anyway, let's talk about better stuff. There is no better stuff. I saw Bateman made a chart. When I looked at his show, he had some kind of chart posted up. And I made a copy of it. I took a screenshot of it, but it's not even worth showing. It's just, I don't know Bateman well at all. He sounds like a nice guy, but he just doesn't know who these people are that he's dealing with. By the way he, let me see if I can bring it up real fast. I might be able to quickly enough get that. Oh, here it is. Yeah. Okay. Is that it? Oh, fuck. What am I doing? I can't get off of this page. I'm fucked. There it is. Is this it? Yeah, I think this is it. I'll bring this up. Why not? Okay, we'll take this down for a moment. Let's see if I can do this. Yeah, now this is on Bateman's Horology Dungeon show yesterday. Talk about just unbelievably not knowing who's out there. I don't understand how he. Well, listen, it's his list, and I'm not criticizing. He can make whatever list he wants. That's absolutely fine, you know. But I'm just giving my perspective on the list he created. I don't know what he's thinking. He doesn't know who these people are at all. Okay. So he has these categories on the left: clinically insane, unhinged nutjob territory, mild nutjob, slightly unhinged, a tad batshit, almost normal, and high drunk. Okay. Okay. Well, the categories don't make any sense, but okay. So clinically insane, he has Marcus Allen Frischman. Yes. Okay. JB, maybe. Watch Nicholas. Yes. Okay. That's his doctors know that. Okay. The audience knows that. And Ross Rachel Brady. Ask Jax about that. Okay. Then he has unhinged, but you know who's missing from clinically insane? A lot of people. Maybe he's just maybe Bateman is just too diplomatic a guy to really name names. But it doesn't matter. It's just a YouTube list. Unhinged nutjob territory. Narc. Herman. I don't know who this is. I don't remember who these two are. And Palway. Yeah, okay. Now, look at this. Mild nutjob. He's got Marcello. Not an unhinged nutjob or in clinically insane. He's got him in mild nutjob. Along with, who's this? Doc BBW. Uzi. Again, this category is a mild nutjob. Jax and T-dubs. Wow. That's a whole new definition of mild nutjob. Then he's got slightly unhinged. He's got Jock. Morty's Diner. So he put me in slightly unhinged. And he said, Bateman said something. Yeah, Morty's definitely slightly unhinged. He's definitely unhinged, right? I don't remember who that is. Archie. I'm in the same category as Archie and Jock. I think this is Dr. Bob. This puke, the dog drainer. I don't know who that is. Uncle Fester, I don't know. And Bateman and Angelic. So I'm in the same category as Bateman and Angelic, which is one thing, but also dog drainer, Dr. Bob, Archie, and Jock. I mean, it's just unbelievable. A tad batshit. Mr. GMT. I don't know. I don't remember who that is. Lux Report. And Aussie Expat. He put Aussie Expat in a tad batshit. Okay. Almost normal. The only one he has for almost normal is Marcello's bird, Tapacha. That's the only almost normal. Then he's got a category here called high and drunk. High/drunk. Mike the Snake and that guy. The whole thing makes absolutely no sense. Okay. I'd like to ask Bateman, what about me is unhinged, Bateman? I mean, listen, absolutely fine. Make your list. And I'm just curious, what do you see me as, how do you see me as slightly unhinged? Because you said, I'm definitely unhinged. I'm just curious about that. And you put me in the same category as Archie and Dogman, and very peculiar. And then there are many people not on the list, because maybe he continued building the list. I don't know, but I just happened to grab a screenshot at this. And it doesn't matter what category he puts me in, because the list doesn't matter. But I just found this this is a very strange way of, allocating these people to the different categories. It's like, I don't know what Bateman, how he thinks. He doesn't know these people. He doesn't know them. Okay, so that was that. Yeah. Anyway, let's go back to the chat. Let's see here. Oh, the know-it-all they were talking about Ozempic, and he says, oh yeah, well the thing about Ozempic is, but it's not approved for diabetes, and the number one reason for Ozempic is diabetes. That's what it was created for. Diabetes patients. Then it turns out it has weight loss effects, and it actually has effects on positive effects in certain cardiac conditions and other stuff. But that's what it was created for, as another diabetic medicine. So, but he's wrong about everything. Not about everything. 95% of all his puke is wrong. Because he's just, he's not edumacated like he says I am. Academic and edumacated. But I suppose anyone who gets past the third grade is edumacated and an academic. God, he hates me so fucking much. It's unbelievable. Years and years of lies and hate and insults and put downs and distorting stories. And right now, if he's watching this, which he might be, he's sitting there with a glass of Hawaiian punch, just chuckling his ass off because he loves it. He loves it. It doesn't matter to me because I'm like the Walking Dead at this point, so it doesn't matter to me. But I am putting it all together, all kinds of clips and audio clips from the haters and over years, and just for the record, just to have it out there, But by the way, I'm completely consistent on things I say and do. I'm the one who's consistent. They're the ones who are the most inconsistent. They change their opinions and statements every other day. And that's a fact. Wait till you hear these clips I put together. I mean, every day they change their opinions. And I never said that. I never said anything like that. They're the ones who say that, who do follow that, not me. Anyway. Really, Jimmy? Well, thank you. Can you send $500 or $1,000 Cash App? Thank you. My dental bill is going to be fucked. I won't be able to pay that off. They're going to add on a few $100s of interest because I couldn't pay it off December 31st. Even though I'm an LA millionaire, yeah, whatever. Don't two of those poll options result in number 4? May have skewed the outcome. Well, essentially, number 4 could mean just turn off the switch, unplug YouTube, and just never show up again. Number 1 is just unalive yourself. But yeah, I am cheered up, Dodger. Don't you hear it in my voice? I'm full of Christmas cheer. It's amazing because I enjoy the Christmas holiday more than all these anti-Semitic Christians and heathens out there. I'm nice to people I'm nice to people, period. Unless I'm attacked, then I definitely retaliate, But I'm nice to people. I treat people with courtesy and respect, and not only Christmas Day or Christmas week, but all the time. But it's again humorous when you see all those people Christmas week saying Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, and they're screaming and yelling and hating and insulting and the lemmings out there they slurp it all up, every drop of it. It's amazing, absolutely amazing. I've probably gone to a church more than most of these fucking people. The anti-Semites and racists. John, really want to know the deal Marcus Allen Frischman cut behind the scenes with Arch. Well, Frischman said on I only watched 1 or 2 of his appearances, and this guy is like, Juan Porter is absolutely correct. He's the number 1 grift con man out there on these channels. What a grifter. Oh, what a criminal. He was arrested for stealing a car. He said he rented a car for like a 1-week contract rental, and he kept it for a year, driving it all over the country. And then a year later, the police found him and arrested him. To call that GTA doesn't even cover it. It's the realized price of that rental contract for a year, plus the physical car. And he says, "Oh, it was nothing. It was all worked out and settled." Yeah, right. Just go sign up get a Hertz rent-a-car and just keep it. Yeah, you just work it out. There's no problem. Yeah. Jesus. Darth, I think Bateman is just hedging his bets. He needs those streams. Yeah, well, you're absolutely right, Darth. That chart of his was very PC directed, or PC. It was developed very PC in mind. Yeah. He doesn't know those people. But stick around, you may know them better. Maybe not. Campers. Marcus Allen is a rising talent on these streams. He also buys days worth of KFC. What's the problem? Dog trainer, yeah. Mikey, I advocated for Morty to be placed in the Tad batshit category. Oh, really, Mikey? Thank you very much. Why? All right. Dodger, yes, definitely PC going on with that list creation. Yeah, that guy, the hater, the shrieker, Rekovac. See, people don't understand this. I do, but they don't. 95% of what he says is absolute horseshit. But he's got his audience of, anus sniffers believing every word he says. So, including those, quote, edumacated people out there. So, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So, Easy Company didn't make the list. Yeah, boy, I can't wait till I get these clips all edited together. It's going to be really good. 24 people watching. Thank you very much for watching this doom and gloom end of life stream. I just gave myself a thumbs up. Maybe some of the viewers might like to support my channel while it's still around. Okay. Let's see, where are we? Jimmy, Morty, since you coined the phrase, you should do a 2025 Hall of Fame Face Blasters chart. No, I did a end of the year review about 7 years ago, and it was a big success. Got a lot of buzz. And been there, done that, I can tell you the YouTube personality of the year. I can give you that one. I don't feel like making up a show based on a end of the year. Winner of this category or that category. But I'll tell you the surprise, I'll put it this way. For the category best surprise appearance of the year. More than you know, Mikey. Best surprise appearance of the year is absolutely without question. In fact, let me ask the viewers, all two of them out there. Does anyone have anyone they'd like to nominate for best surprise visit, best surprise appearance of the year? Because I've got the ultimate winner. I got the number one, no question. Who's constantly cuntish? Me? I don't think so. Oh, hello, Magpie. No relation to the Hearst family. Boris. Aaron is backstage. Aaron, I'm just doing a monologue right now, so I don't really feel like having any guests. Thank you very much anyway. Happy New Year, Aaron. But right now, no guests. Morty, I have an episode idea topic. The etiquette of airports and being on a flight. I came across some complete jack-offs this holiday season while traveling. Well, yeah, that's standard. Check Frischman's HDD. JDM, hello there. It's unreal and it's unbelievable, Morty. Your thoughts on Pimp Uzi Cream Boy? They got Cello and those people want more newbies to join. What gives Mr. Morty? Well, first off, JDMTL, you asked me a question without an accompanying $150 super chat. So I don't feel I should answer the question. Even a $1.99 super chat. But my comments have been stated many times on those particular people, so I have nothing to add right now. Hello, little Dave. Thank you for the upvote, Jimmy. So what was I going to say? I was just going to say something. I need more drugs. Oh, wait a minute. Was that really you? Huh. Come back if that was you, okay? I didn't know that. You fooled me. Come back to the panel if you want to come back. Didn't know that. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, okay. Aaron, you can come right back if you want to. No problem. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. Does anyone have any nomination for the... Hello there.
G'day. I hope the audio is fine.
Yeah, you sound... Hello, Aussie Expat. You sound good. Yeah.
Hope you're doing well. Yeah. Well, StreamYard wants you to log in and YouTube, and I don't give any computers my real name.
Oh, I thought it would say Aussie Expat, like it always did. But...
I don't know how StreamYard did it today.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Basically,
okay,
I don't know how StreamYard did it today.
You can be.
I think. Did you change the settings or something? Like you require login or something?
No, not at all.
Okay.
No. Not that I'm aware of. No. Okay. But we'll call you Aaron. That's okay. If you want to wear a dress and makeup, it's all right. Yeah. Stephen L. Does Green Room short video count as a special surprise appearance? Well, that's a reasonable nomination, but no, the one I've got is way beyond that. No. Anybody have a nomination for best surprise visit on any channel for 2025? Because absolutely the winner, no question about it. I'll give it another
2025.
Pardon me?
For 2025. Interesting.
Yeah. Well, for this last year.
Yeah.
What was the best special surprise appearance from anybody out there on any of the channels? I've got the winner, unless anybody has a great nominee. Mikey says it's Aussie Sexpat. Well, he's regularly on different shows. Okay, I'll tell you. And Watch Nicholas would know the show I'm talking about if he's watching, which he might be. I don't know. Wizard, no, Wizard. That's a reasonable nomination, but no, not Wizard. That's a good one. Yeah.
Wizard made it on a stream?
I think so, yeah.
Wow.
Chops on the Eddie Show. Chops was definitely a contender, but no. I'll tell you the definite winner. There was an episode when Eddie in Chicago was doing the late night dungeon show, and he was over at Chops' apartment. They were hanging out, whatever, talking about whatever. Then Eddie was on his way out the door, leaving, and there was some other guy, or they, them, who was coming in to see Chops. I don't know to this day if it was a man, a woman, or they, them, or whatever. And that guy, or that they, them person with a mustache, and that was it. That character was, without question, the number one best special guest appearance, special surprise appearance on anybody's channel for the year. Don't know his name, don't know what he was doing there over at Chops' apartment. But you were damn close, Gampers. Chops was definitely a top contender. But it was Chops' friend or person she was doing business with, or whoever that man, woman, they, them was with the mustache. That was the best special appearance. Best surprise appearance on anybody's channel. Yeah, wow, amazing.
What would you say the most surprising appearance of all time is?
Me showing up for today's show with one foot in the grave. Yeah,
shocking.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with the lady Vivi when she showed her face on someone's cam.
Vivi, who's Vivi?
Vivi. Is it Vulavu? I can't remember.
She hasn't been around this year, I don't think.
No, not this year. I'm saying all time. Like the last time she was on, she
Why
was.
is she the best of all time?
Yeah, that was shocking.
Oh, because she was beautiful. She's beautiful and intelligent.
No, like she was in a secret affair with was it J something J something
With
yeah.
Greg Davis.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Right.
that was nuts.
Well, yeah, no. Well, whatever. Okay. Yeah. Well, that's right. Chicago Eddie was certainly a standout piss bowl character of. Well, he talked about how he washed his ass and all kinds of.
Eddie's character of the year for sure, right?
Quite possibly, but best special
Just
appearance
newcomer.
by anybody was that person who was on that, who was visiting Chops.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Anyway, so what's going on, Aussie Expat?
Just taking things easy on the break, a little bit of retrospective, planning things for the next year. Yeah, it's been yeah, it's time of reflection. It's been good. Things are going well.
Are you at home?
No, I'm at the playground. It's Christmas holidays, so the kids have to get out and about a bit.
Right. When you were a little kid, like 4 to 8, did you play in the playground on all those stuffs?
I can't imagine that I did. If I look at where I lived back then, I don't think there was.
I don't picture you doing on a swing or on the monkey bars or anything. I just picture you off on the side reading an engineering journal or something. Like Mr. Scott when he was on vacation in Star Trek. When he was on shore leave, but he was reading technical journals.
Hey, that's not far from what I do today. I spend most of my reading looking at technical stuff, but yeah, it's not far.
I think that
as
was
a kid, I read a lot as a kid. I did.
Yeah, I think that was the Tribble episode, where Kirk sent everyone down to shore leave to get rested up, and Scotty was there in the coffee shop room, whatever they called it, just looking at the computer, reading journals. And he goes, Scotty, I want, what are you doing here? I want you to go down and I want you to beam down and rest up too. You deserve a vacation too. And I want you to get down there and relax. He goes, but I am relaxing, Captain. And he was just reading technical journals.
Yeah, there's nothing more fabled than the Star Trek engineer. Well, the main idea is you could put a Star Trek engineer on a deserted planet, and then at some point they're going to build a spaceship and rescue themselves.
Well, I read books about Star Trek, behind the creation of, the making of kind of books and the producer Roddenberry asked when he was hiring James Doohan, said, okay, you're going to be the engineering officer character, and you do great work with accents. That's one of James Doohan. That was one of his skills, So he says, what accent character do you see as the engineer? He goes, well, he's an engineer. He's got to be a Scotsman. So I'll do this.
Really?
I'll do it. Yeah, yeah. So he says, so I'll make him a Scottish character. So he goes, okay, well, Mr. Scott, that'll do it. We'll write it up that way. So
I think it was kind of too much.
Well, he's an engineer, so I'll make him a Slovenian, but Slovenians aren't famous for being engineers. Scotland is, famous for that.
It's kind of the things that make it to the 23rd century and the things that don't. Heavy Scottish accents make it. Right. French people with English accents seem to make it.
Right.
Baldness seems to have not been cured by the 23rd century.
Well, they probably didn't. They probably realized there's no reason in alleviating baldness because, one, it's a style, for many people, and it is what it is. So there's nothing to fix or work on because that's just part of human condition. You lose hair, unless you're Captain Kirk, then you never lose your hair. But
yeah. Well, they kept relatively trim. There aren't any heavyweight people on the Enterprise.
The only
So it must have-
heavyweight person I recall on all the episodes was the guy Mudd's women, Harcourt Fenton Mudd, the guy who was selling those three women who never aged because he had a special tablet they could swallow.
Well, you know, he was a big burly guy, but he was actually a god. So it's hard to describe him as overweight if he's a god. Yeah, he was effectively a god.
Because he created those women of beauty and he had the pill for them to take every day, you mean?
If I remember correctly, he had like inexplicable powers. No, that's not. This guy was just some shifty
guy, looking for a new scam, and he found this pill on some planet that turns women into young, beautiful women from old hags. They have to take the pill every day. Yeah.
Mudd gets a second chance at Star Trek life. He was in
2 episodes.
Yeah, no, but there was a new Star Trek, and there was a younger version of him played by Rainn Wilson. Yeah, Rainn Wilson was Mudd again.
Well, I've never watched any of the Star Trek I've never watched any of the Star Trek spin-offs. It's only original Star Trek for me, and that's it. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I never, when they introduced the one with Patrick Stewart as Admiral Picard or Captain Picard, and I'm familiar with his background in British theater, but the guy's a legit actor for sure, but I just didn't see him as the Captain Kirk follow-up character. I can imagine Kirk.
It totally isn't. Yeah, the Next Generation is a completely different vibe. If you introduce some Star Trek, you should definitely do the original series.
Yeah, I mean,
nothing's more fun.
I never saw Captain Picard in my mind. I never saw or would believe Captain Picard is banging all these sexy aliens one episode after the other.
No, Kirk, I absolutely didn't.
Kirk, yes.
Yeah. So it's not really a follow-up in the same sense. But there's a lot of qualities that were sort of I guess the original series really focused heavily on just being good sci-fi.
Yeah.
While Star Trek Next Generation, they really focused on more of that vision of idealistic human race. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. You know who's the biggest bitch in real life of all the Star Trek actors from the original series? Just the biggest bitch, for lack of a better descriptive, is George Takei.
Oh yes, I was thinking that I don't know any bad female actresses from TOS, but for sure, George.
He's the biggest crybaby, whining bitch of all the original Star Trek cast.
He is.
And not only is he a bitch, as in a bitch, okay, but he was complaining on one talk show I saw him on that about what a piece of shit Bill, how he was treated like shit by Bill Shatner. So Shatner says, "Well, I really want to know this. What did he say?" And on this other show, and Takei was saying, I was there basically every episode, not every, but regularly on episodes. And I regularly had scenes with Shatner. Okay.
Barely.
And, very, very minimal scenes. He had maybe one episode where he was prominently featured, where he ran around the starship with a sword, with his shirt off. And I forgot which one that was, or maybe the one with Captain Tremaine on that planet, which was a great episode. But anyway, he says, all the 3 years I worked on Star Trek with Shatner, he never hung out with me. He never chatted me up when we were, getting ready for a scene. He never kept in contact with me after the show.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. Just an unfriendly kind of guy. He just treated me like shit. So Shatner was told this by another interviewer on some other show I saw, and he goes, "Really, that's very interesting." He says, "Well, he needs basically what he says. Well, he needs a reality check. This guy, George. I'm on the show. I'm 100% focused on my work. Okay, 100%. That's why I've sustained a 70-year.
It was very demanding. It's like in TNG, they had like all different characters taking the lead, and doing things. And Picard
Yeah,
was
yeah.
often that might have only been 10 minutes on the show, you know, maybe
Yeah,
5.
So Shatner's had a career for 70 years now. Okay, it's unbelievable. Yeah, he says I'm 100% focused on my work. 100%. Okay. Next, was he in scenes with me? I guess he was, but basically, I mean, can we be real? Basically, the scenes with me he had was helmsman.
Duties, yeah.
Set new course. Blah 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 blah. Certain degrees. He goes, new course, aye, Captain.
It was basically a contract extra.
Yeah. That was, yeah, basically.
You know, that really
that was, and I think any hardcore Trekkie would agree, 80% or more of Sulu's character was, aye, sir, new course set, setting new course. Phasers
or reading and whatever the computer was determining, like,
right. Aye, Captain.
Go comms, sir, you know, communicate. Oh, they're scanning us, sir.
Phasers fired. Yeah. He says he wasn't one of the key characters on the show. My time was spent with Spock and McCoy and even Scotty. We were and the guest star. Those were the main characters I dealt with on the filming. Plus the producers and the staff and the script and, you know. So no, I didn't spend much time with him at all because he wasn't that significant on the show. Basically what he said, you know. Yeah. He wasn't in the prime level of the featured players or guest actors. Yeah. Which is true. Yeah. And this guy for 40 years has been bitching about Bill Shatner being a weenie and treating him like, you know, like nobody. But George Takei really, except for Star Trek, he's had the most minimal of a career.
Yeah, I see this
here and there, but he's got nothing of any great body of work, you know.
Yeah. I see this problem actually happening for most Star Trek actors, actually. Most. Like, honestly, most of them are kind of pieces of shit because they've done something, they're attached to something that's very cherished in people's hearts, and they live a life in people's minds and heads. Yeah. For generations and generations to come. But they're not content with that sort of being it. You know what I mean? They struggle for relevance for the rest of their lives.
Correct.
And instead of just being content and with pleasing fans, they have to do all kinds of stuff. So George Takei, it's I was on this, it was an important show, talking up himself. Like, why would he have anything to do with Shatner? He does a lot of, what really pissed me off is like, he did something along the lines of the concentration camps in America and stuff.
Oh yeah, he was.
But then his actual politics are precisely what would lead to concentration camps again. He's a complete scumbag.
He's a liberal lunatic, and all he talks about is cock. Because he's such a flaming gay guy. He just loves KOK talk, you know.
Well, you know, is he though, or is he just struggling for relevance again? You know, you got to attach yourself to a cause, and you got to be a champion of something. Oh, but he's George Takei. What did he do? You know, you get what I'm saying? And the same thing happens with a lot of other Star Trek actors I respect. But
he ever did outside of Star Trek, most Star Trek fans could not name anything he's ever been in. Though he's done a lot of TV shows, most people would say, I don't know what else he's done. If you ask that about Shatner, you got 70 years of TV and Broadway and theater.
Well, what's great about Shatner, he's very grateful for his time in Trek, despite having a long career after Trek and around Trek.
Yeah,
he knows his life. He owes it to that role, and he says it. Like I've seen him twice at the conventions in Vegas, and he knows very little about Trek. Okay, it's a very small part of his life. Like, he's not going to answer egghead questions like, why did the transporter not work on episode 3?
A 70-year career, 3 years in Star Trek, you know?
Yeah. Well, the movies did go on for quite a bit. So I wouldn't rule it out too much. But, right. But still, you know, he's an actor first and foremost. And second most, he's very grateful. Like, he's been able to
he was working
have projects.
Regularly. He was working regularly in theater and TV shows before Star Trek. So he seemed to be like one of those actors who was just blessed with, he's going to keep working. Like Michael Landon and Raymond Burr. These guys just always had work. It was just amazing, those 3 guys. Yeah.
And he got to go to space.
Right, yeah.
And fulfill a billionaire's dream of making
Amazing.
Shatner an astronaut.
Yeah.
It's honestly an amazing life and career. I took my son to take a photo with him
Oh, really? Yeah.
about 3 years ago.
And did
And
he?
he's a brilliant person.
How was he when you talked to him?
There's like 500 people lining up to try see him
right.
and get a photo. And he does his best to try and be personal with everyone. It's an impossible task, but he does his absolute best. Meanwhile,
I
these other
agree.
scumbags have these plexiglass barriers between them and wear a mask while taking $100 out of people's pocket to take that photo with
Incredible.
a celebrity that's masked and not
Incredible.
fucking close. No.
I can understand that those Hollywood collector autograph shows, the celebrity charges $5 or $10 for an autograph photo. I can see that. I mean, they drove all the way there. They're spending their whole day there, talking to people. They don't need the money, but just as you're paying for the photo, I had to get the photos ordered, and then they can. Some of those celebrities post a sign. All the money goes to the LA animal shelter. All the money's collected today will go to the such and such fund, But some of those celebrities, they charge $50, $100 for an autograph, and they're just
well, 200 in a lot of cases. I'm not going to criticize like how much money they ask, or that they keep it or don't keep it. But I do like, you can tell which ones appreciate the fans and the ones who are just sort of like, I'm doing this for the money. I don't care about the fans. It's like Anson Mount of the new Enterprise. He only does the for money stuff, and man, he gave me such a glare when I even just took like 3 seconds of video of him in the convention hall. He immediately locked in that there's a camera pointing at him, and he scowled and pointed over to me to get someone to get me to stop filming him. It's like, it's ridiculous.
Incredible.
Ridiculous.
Just ungrateful egomaniacs.
Exactly.
Shatner, when Shatner left the original Star Trek, he was broke. He got a divorce, and he's talked many times he was living in his pickup truck, because he was wiped out. And the show did not offer years of residuals, like, that wasn't there then. But he got hired, but he was getting work quickly enough. And it took him some time to rebuild into a regular income, and then he did, amazingly successfully. But in the year or two after Star Trek, he was definitely not in the millionaire category.
I mean, the show was axed. I mean, the show was axed. That's the level of success. Is like if you're on a show that was canceled. It's that's normally.
I never met him, but apparently,
nothing.
I've never met the guy, but everyone said that DeForest Kelley was just about the nicest guy in the whole team there. Absolutely normal.
He passed away in 1998, I want to say, or 97. It's a long time ago.
Yeah.
That being said, Bones was not a very big character. I mean,
he had the star billing, and he was in every episode. Okay.
He was a plot driver, but it wasn't amazing acting, honestly.
Well, he was in film since the 40s. Okay, so he had a long movie career before that, which I've seen lots of old stuff. He was in the Army movie production group in Hollywood, where they would make just training films and things like that. With Reagan.
I mean, Bones's job was basically to act incredulous 85% of the time.
Well, yeah.
And then by the end of the episode, give a smile.
Well, he was a very, very likable character, and he fit in extremely well with Spock and Kirk and Scotty.
So. Well, he was sort of how do you say, a normal person's perspective on what they were about to do.
Well, that's very interesting. Yeah. Well, it's like Larry on the Three Stooges. Larry wasn't a stand-up comedian.
Yeah.
He wasn't a monologue comedian. He was the middle stooge. Curly, of course, was the flat-out hysterical comedian, the comic. Okay. Yeah. Mo was without question, he was the leader and the key member of the Three Stooges. So how do you describe Larry? Because it's still Mo, Larry, Curly. The guy was with them his whole life. Well, basically 30 years and or more. And how do you describe Larry? But he was integral to the Three Stooges, So
You know, I don't quite understand Spock's characterization. You know, the Kirk and Bones always seem to be trying to crack him.
Yes, right.
And it was always perceived that, you know, it was a futile task. It was basically an in-joke between
Yeah.
Kirk and Bones, because Spock would never crack. Like, it was presented as being physiologically incapable. But his backstory is that he's half human too. So
Right.
I don't really see. I don't get the joke really in the end, because he's half human. So presumably he's having a tough time.
Well, yeah, for the few times Spock cracked and let his human side come out, he scored one hell of a beautiful babe each time. There was one when he went back in a time portal to the cave, to the Ice Age, and he met who was that girl, that actress? What was her name? Mariette Hartley. Who was wearing just a bare skin, showing lots of leg and titty, you know, and he fell for her. And there was the one on the planet with the pollen, the flowers that shot pollen and turned you into a totally blissful, you know, robot. And the woman there had the hots for him, and he went gaga over her. And that Romulan commander who he faked his interest in, who was pretty hot. You know? But so he did pretty well, even though he was Vulcan. But and the woman he was going to marry in the Vulcan wedding ceremony, she was one hot piece of Vulcan ass too. You know? So yeah, well, McCoy had a romance with an old girlfriend. He went down to the planet to meet an old flame of his, and the doctor scientist who she was working with went nuts, and it was the salt monster. Do you remember the salt monster, the salt creature episode?
No, it's been a while since I've watched TOS.
The woman looked fine as a middle-aged, reasonably attractive woman, but when she needed salt, she transformed into her actual image, which was this like Michelle Obama-looking salt monster, and she would attach her fingernail pods, her finger hand pods, to a person and suck out all the sodium, and the person would die instantly.
I think I remember Bones talking about it.
Yeah, and Kirk said to him, he says, "She's a handsome woman, yes, and she's a handsome woman, McCoy, indeed, but like really, you know." You know, yeah. But anyway, and then at the end he had to use the phaser and kill the salt monster, but he really remembered the salt monster as his girlfriend, which was only using his image. But
I've downloaded the Star Trek animated series, which I've heard is actually genuinely good sci-fi and good Trek.
Is that a new series, or is that old? Or
no, I'm talking like real old. I don't know which decade. But I think it was between the original series and the movies, because it's kind of better because they don't have the challenges that a live action show has in terms of budget and aliens and stuff. So it's just, you know, relatively crudely drawn animation, and you know, it's genuinely good sci-fi. So I've watched a couple episodes. I've got the rest.
Maybe I saw those back when, but I don't remember.
Yeah. I think they're worth re-looking at, because I mean it's really the same show and same cast. It's just they have slightly wider possibilities because it's not trapped on, you know, sets and the limits of costume design.
Right. Wow. All right. So
what do you make of Dox's expansion network or something?
That's interesting. He's got well, he has the Bob and the Jackson Bob show on the overnight midnight schedule.
I tuned in for 5 minutes. I couldn't make sense of what they were talking about.
Yeah. And it's very interesting because a lot of it is the hate content. No, not all of
it
it
is.
But a segment of it is Why don't you fucking die, you fat tub of a fat tub of lard or fat tub of goo? You know, wishing people death, and I hate you, and I hate this guy, and I hate this guy, and I hate you, and I hate you, and the people who Docs had previously banned have infested that channel now, the Jackson Bob Show, the most vile, despicable people out there, who are on my penance list. Some of them, you know, they now have inhabited or infested that channel. And I don't know why Docs allows that, but he says, hey, it's their show. It's my channel, but it's their show, which doesn't make any sense to me. But
that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, that's his call. But the Jamie and Dodger show premieres in a couple days. And
that doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, like, they've already had, like, they were on the Escapement show pretty often.
Yeah.
I think Jamie's run his own show. I mean, there's no real barrier to entry, is there? Is StreamYard that expensive that everyone wants to do this now?
Yeah, I'm open to listening to Jamie and Dodger just talk about stuff. But if that show gets infested by the psychopaths and haters and medically insane, then I'm not going to watch that show. You know. And then his other show was Tea and Tickers, but then Tea and Tickers talking about classic record albums. He decided. He mentioned it yesterday. Tickers is not going to do that. He's just going to stay on his own channel.
Yeah, I don't see why Tickers would move. He's got his own audience.
He's got his own audience.
Built mostly because, my take is, you know, it's the only show that was like explicitly catering for European hours. So,
right.
You know, you're going to get a lot of capture there.
Right.
Yeah.
So I mean, Doxy's, you know, he's Docs, you know. So. I'm curious because you know, I feel like in a lot of ways I'm the antithesis of Docs. We're at the generations that are at each other's necks, the millennials versus boomers. We're retired in our own ways. I like watches. He has none, I think. Oh no, he has, and I might be mistaken on the count, but I believe he has anywhere from 15 to 20 watches. They're all quartz watches, Casio, Timex, G-Shocks, and most of them are solar powered. He has them lined up on his windowsill. So
I have seen him do that. I
don't know if he has an automatic watch this time. I think he has all 10. He has about 15 or 20 watches.
Yeah. I guess the part that I'm like definitely antithesis is he's something in terms of religion. Weirdly, extremely airy-fairy. Like, he's not a Mormon, but I believe he was raised Mormon.
Well, he says he was raised Mormon, but he left the Mormon church, right?
But he specifically rails against sort of, I guess, organized religion. I'm an atheist, but I champion Catholicism. It's the one true religion. Okay,
can you elaborate on that?
Well, I don't understand this vague perspective of religion. Like, just make it up as you go along. Like, I have no idea how you can, like, I have no idea how someone gets into that. Like, I could totally get into someone who does religion. And you know what? You could not believe in God and then get huge benefits of actually participating in religion. You go to church every Sunday. They've got social groups. You build connections and friends and community. I mean, I wish I had that. I wish I had more of that. But you know,
doesn't your satanic cults have Saturday midnight sex orgies and stuff?
Yeah. Well, you know, that's the opposite of Catholicism, isn't it? It's not disbelief. It's let's go for Satanism. No, so I'm still bewildered by that, and he's like, he's got the most childish arguments against evolution. Right?
Well, so evolution. Poor. Docs has talked about evolution.
Yeah, he's definitely a creationist, and you know,
really?
he's got the most childish arguments against evolution. It's like, we didn't come from that. We're divine creation.
I don't remember the guy's name. But Docs has mentioned that he studied with some a PhD, some doctor of some religious guy in Las Vegas for many years, and he learned about stuff, with theological stuff and spiritual stuff from this guy. He was mentioned his name, and even shown a clip or two, maybe. So a couple of years ago, I looked him up. I said, "Well, who is this guy?" And the guy has a PhD. And then I looked into the guy's church and see this place Docs went to because he talked about it. The guy created his own diploma mill and gave himself 2 fraudulent, unaccredited PhD degrees. Okay, that's out there in the resource material on the literature on this guy. Right. So he was a total phony, quack, not quack, just a total phony. Anybody who awards themselves their own PhDs from their own phony diploma mill school, unaccredited, they're totally suspicious and phony. And so he followed that guy, and their building was in a strip shopping mall next to the dry cleaners and a Chinese takeout kind of place, basically. He had a little office there. And that's who he studied with for a number of years, where he picked up most of his thinking on spiritualism and metaphysics and religion and stuff.
Interesting.
Because
it's a weird mishmash of like dogma from creationism to
totally unordained by any organization, just his own. I'm going to give myself.
I'm not even clear that Docs believes in Jesus. It's not even that clear to me, which aspects of Mormonism.
He says, "Am I a Christian? I don't even know."
Yeah.
So he's got his own. I didn't know he was a creationist. I didn't know that.
Oh yeah. Which is like the weirdest thing to pick up, because I mean, you would hardly think that like if you've ditched so much of these other religious statements, effectively, like they're not really cool. Like you can have Catholicism, still believe in evolution, in my opinion.
On the Trinity,
but why he would be? Yeah,
I had no idea he was a creationist. On the Trinity broadcast network, which was run by those 2 wackos, Paul and Jan. Forgot their name. Paul, the guy with the mustache and the white hair, who dressed with a 1950s Sears and Roebuck suit, and his crazy wife with the wigs and the makeup. I forgot. Crouch, Paul and Jan Crouch. Okay. So there was a guy I saw on their channel once who was a creationist. And this guy is another certified imbecile. Let me see if I can find it real fast. Texas Creationism Museum. He gave himself his own PhD from his own phony diploma mill school, this guy. Okay. Here it is. So he doesn't have a PhD. He made his own school, and then he just awarded him. He printed out his own diploma, and he calls himself doctor, whatever. Okay. If you look up Creation Evidence Museum of Texas.
Wow. Okay.
And I can't share it right now, but look up Creation Evidence Museum of Texas. This is the guy. I forgot his. Yeah, there's his picture on the main page. He has a fake, phony PhD, okay, and here, director's bio, Carl Baugh, that's the guy's name, Carl Baugh, okay, and he has a PhD. It doesn't. That's interesting. He doesn't call himself doctor on this official bio here, but totally, just very. He's a nutcase. Total nut job, okay? And he's got this museum that's little school children in this little Texas, little area. Where is he? Glen Rose, Texas. I don't know where that is. It's got to be way out in the country somewhere. The local school children go to this museum and learn about the creation evidence, of mankind. And so when he's confronted with the question, well, what about dinosaurs that have been dated to be 70 million years old? Then he goes into these fantastic, delusional. Well, is it really 70 million? Then he
It bewilders me. I don't understand.
they talk about how faulty the carbon dating arrangement system is, and it's ridiculous, and it's nonsensical, and it's not scientific. And so, if there are dinosaur fossils, they're from the flood of 6,000 years ago. Or and he's teaching kids this shit, and
but it's so unnecessary. Like it's not like I highly doubt anyone's faith was severely damaged if they come into contact with evolutionary science. It's not I don't like in the you've read Genesis, I assume.
Yes.
Book 1 and 2 are clearly written by different people from different perspectives, describing two completely incompatible origins of creation. Just read Genesis 1.
Well,
then
the
read
Bible,
Genesis 2.
when scholars analyze when scholars have analyzed the Bible, they've detected that this was written at a different date than this, and this is a different writer than this, and
just read Genesis 1 and 2, like the very first two books. They're not long. And God goes from some omnipotent, ethereal being snapping light into existence and so on and so forth, to an entity that is walking around the Garden of Eden with Adam and Eve. It's completely nonsensical.
Really, I don't recall him walking around the garden, but okay.
Well, not how to say. His presence is in the garden. You get what I'm saying? Like
his presence is everywhere.
Well, a little less vague than snapping things into existence. The vast universe, and that just describes completely two different ways in which the Earth came about. It's completely. I mean, clearly, what you should take from it is that there's a deeper meaning behind this, that the literality of both of these stories should come into question because they conflict, but it shouldn't be a conflict of your own faith. It's just like, oh my God, the first two books, there's inconsistencies. Like that can't be how faith works.
People talk about the Bible, but when they had the big conference way back when, and they decided which books should be in the Bible and
go in, go out,
to omit from the Bible. Why did they do that? Why did they omit those certain books? Weren't they relevant or important as well? And then when I saw a show about the Ethiopian Bible, which has a huge Jewish and Christian heritage, that country, and their Ethiopian Bible has all the books that were removed from the Council of Nicaea, if that's what it was, when they decided we'll put in this book but not that book. We don't like that book, but we'll put in this book. And the Ethiopian Bible has all the books. It has the most complete Bible. So who are these people? Pointing the finger at, okay, this one but not that one. Who gave them that?
So from an outsider's perspective, this seems highly odd, fishy, and pure man-made construction.
Correct. Right.
The Catholic dogma of the situation is that God's hand guided this process, so it's just as divine. So you either accept that or you don't. You know what I mean? That's there's not really too much to go on in that situation, apart from like, okay, now if you are actually skeptical, there's a lot to go on. But I don't think the best part is to like start at creation and trying to prove it's real. Like that's just wild.
Well, then again, look, anybody can believe what they want. Just leave me alone, or don't do any damage to other people. Put it that way, and everything's fine.
So all of the religions had their infancies, and they went through things like Inquisition. I think the youngest religion, which is Islam, has the biggest trouble with respect to anything we just talked about, because they take the Quran, i.e. the word from as heard by Muhammad, as being literal and true. And you can't escape that. As soon as you say that this is literally a direct one-for-one God's words, and they explicitly talk about how to interpret it. Like these aren't just sort of like stories you can read a deeper meaning, and the deeper meaning's the true value. No, they say that the surface level meaning is precisely what must be done. There's another 7 layers of meaning behind that, but none of those will contradict the first level. So if it says the right punishment for a wife if she's done wrong is, a light beating is what it is.
And you've explained this to your wife. Okay, honey, this is what it says, a light beating tonight. She said, oh, beat me, and wear your fireman costume. All right.
Yeah, there was an interesting movement, I'd say about 5 to 10 years, maybe 5 to 10 years ago, somewhere in that range, maybe 6, 7, which the kids will love, called White Sharia. And I think it was actually a little bit both. And it was all about return to traditional values, the man's head of the household and stuff like that. And, women should veil and things like that. I thought that was an interesting perspective. That the white supremacists should actually adopt Islam and not Christianity, effectively.
Well, that's very interesting because they want to get rid of all the infidels, and Christians don't say that, but
exactly,
the Islamics do. Yeah. I just got.
There's a lot of compatibility with extreme white supremacists.
Yeah. Can you hang on just a half a minute, please? I have to get something at the door.
Yeah, no worries.
I'll put on a clip just for half a minute here. Let's see here. Which one? I can't tell. Give me a second. Well, yeah. What's a good one? Very quick. Okay.
The time has come. Why give your money away to people that don't need it? Morty needs the money. It's time to make it rain, bitches. Morty's Diner. Why give your money away to support a lifestyle? Give it to someone that needs it, appreciates it, and respects it.
Okay, thanks. I'm back now. Hey, big news. Are you there, Aussie?
Oh, I was on mute. Yeah, what's up?
Great. Yeah, I got a delivery. I'm going to open up the box here on the show.
Oh, cool.
Amazon delivery. After we talked about a week ago about ammo and stuff.
Yeah.
And ammo cans and all. And I decided to get my supplies more organized. I mean, they're pretty organized, but it's getting even more. So
yeah.
So open this box here. Wow, this is really well done.
Okay.
Okay, and that's the outer Amazon box. Now I got the inner box. I got to open this up. Wow, this is really well. I bought 2 of these.
What are they?
I already have 2 of them, and I bought 2 more ammo cans.
Oh, cool.
On Amazon.
Which
and, this is
which
called,
brand?
This brand is MTM case guard.
Yeah, I use all my ammo cans at MTM.
Really? Wow. Now I
Yeah.
really feel good. Okay.
Yeah,
I feel
I
totally-
only like the ones that have all plastic hardware. I don't like the one that has like the
Yeah, this is all plastic. So maybe it's the
all
same ones.
plastic.
I already have
Yeah.
2 of these, and then but I thought, I should just put all of it in ammo cans.
Yeah,
So,
it's a little bit pricey. As in like no one needs the cost of their ammo being higher than what they paid, but I just feel a lot better with them being stored in
yeah.
cans rather than the cardboard.
So I bought 2 more, and I'm gonna go through it all and get it all
Yeah.
really nicely. Or I wanted to get one
Yeah.
color. I mean, different colors for every caliber, but they didn't have that color selection. So
What I do suggest potentially is I like to just make the ammo loose. Honestly, it
really?
depends. It kind of depends what I'm doing, but for bulk, yeah, I just do loose. Like I just take it all out of the cardboard and
Right.
just drop it into the can because it you can fit a lot more ammo in it.
Right.
If you take it out of the boxes.
Yeah, I can see how now if it's all the same brand, same product, then that's fine.
Yeah.
I
Or if
have
it's all the
I
same
have-
to
I have
you,
lots-
which
yeah, I
probably
have,
matters the most.
I have all different brands of stuff in each caliber,
Yeah.
so I'd like to keep them in the boxes, so I wouldn't. do
Yeah,
that.
yeah. So I don't mix caliber, and well, I do have one can that's a mix of calibers. It's my emergency supply. It's got like a little bit of everything, but just like one rain session's worth of every round type is in that
Right.
sort of emergency. It means like if I get to the bottom of one of my bulk cans, so like bulk 9mm, I'm out.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to order some new 9mm, but if something comes up, I still have the emergency can at the bottom.
Yeah, right.
Just in case the shipment doesn't arrive when it
So
does.
when I
and
was
stuff.
when I was buying, there wasn't much availability, so I would buy, just not cases, but 3-4 boxes of this, and then they sold out, and I'll get 3 boxes of that and 2 boxes of that.
I usually get it online.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
I won't mention websites because I don't think that's favored
Right.
by YouTube, but
right.
there's nothing illegal about it. So I usually get my stuff online.
Right.
I normally buy the 1,000, so a box of
Right.
1,000.
Right.
And like 9mm, you can get a box of 1,000 delivered to your door for $200.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing. So that's
That would be
basically
the FM
pre.
tray. That would be
Yeah.
metal jack. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, just
So,
the bulk 9mm.
If I had used everything up and was going to resupply, then I would just buy the one item, but I'd buy 1 or 2 cases of just one. I wouldn't have a mixture of brands and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, but it
Yeah.
all works, so it's good.
Well, with 223, since I always buy M 193, so 55 grain NATO rounds,
Right.
I just mix them all together because I don't do any precision work with M193, and they're all quote unquote the same, right? They should be.
Yeah,
Because M193 isn't just the grain of the bullet; it's also the pressures and the loading and performance. So
when we talked about a week ago about ammo, because I got 5 or 10 or 15 different types of 223, 5.56, and it's like, well, which is really, and I've been watching all these ballistic tests that are done properly, and the fact is any one of them is going to do a great job. Okay. Whether you get the Winchester or the Federal, the Hornady or whatever, if you aim properly, it's going to do the job. It doesn't matter which one you get. So people tend, and myself, to get overly concerned about, well, I got to see the tests. I got to see how it does, how it performs. I got to get the best one. I can't. I got to be sure. And you choose any of the major ones, they're going to do a great job. They're going to work. So.
I mean, yeah, in general, people might be a little bit too hang on. I mean, the chances of you even using the ammo is extremely low.
Mm-hmm.
But the SIG V crowns, when they came out, you think SIG's a good supplier and it's expensive, self-defense ammo. The SIG V crowns just don't expand. They just don't work.
Are you kidding? In what caliber?
Yeah. 9mm is the only one I looked at, but
Really?
yeah,
I have a lot. I
yeah,
have a lot of SIG ammo. Yeah.
the V Crown
Yeah.
self-defense stuff. Okay, yeah, that stuff. I would double check the tests on those.
Really?
Like the
I
very
found
very high failure rate. Basically, it's not
really.
that expansion isn't too bad. It's not HST levels, but they just don't expand very often. Like there's just a
Okay,
lot
well,
of.
I've got a lot of that in 380 and probably 9
Well, in
and
380 it
45.
doesn't matter. 380 doesn't matter.
Well, for 380 it performs better than most, and it does what it does. Okay.
Yeah,
But it
I
does
mean,
do better than
basically with 380, you don't want a round that like over expands because it just doesn't get any
no, you'll
penetration.
get no penetration. Yeah.
Yeah, so the fact that it doesn't expand half the time is perfectly fine for performance because you'll still get the penetration.
Good results with that on stuff. But okay. But if I cleared out all of my 380 ammo, I would just get a case of the case or two of the Hydroshock Deep, and that would be it, because that seems to be
Yeah.
A good choice, as good as you're going to get for 380, basically.
Yeah, that's what I saw. Like you can make a bad choice of 380, like getting the HST.
Definitely. Yeah.
I think is a bad choice because it overexpands. So.
Oh yeah, a lot of the ballistic gel tests, they'll penetrate 5 inches, and even a gold knot doesn't do that well in 380.
Yeah,
and
yeah, it's just not expanding too much.
Just not enough power to drive it, so, or to push it. I mean, so yeah. Well, that's interesting about V Crown. Okay. Well, listen, shooting somebody.
I was shocked. That was the first self-defense round, especially made in like this century. You know, like that just performed, poorly. So it is what it is.
Well, I'll look more into that because I thought it was very favorably regarded. So
yeah, the test for that would be over 10 years old now. They may have changed the bullets.
All right. Well, now, having said that, if you shoot an intruder with proper aim with 2 rounds of 45 V Crown, 2 or 3 quick rapid shots, it's definitely going to have an impact on the guy. It's going to ruin
45.
his day. Yeah, 45. It's definitely going to ruin his day.
45. So I don't even care about using hollow points at 45.
Well,
like 230 grain at 45, it's already it's good basically.
Well, you live on a mansion on a big estate, so you don't have to worry about over penetration. So you can use a 45-70 rifle in your home, and there's no one outside for another mile or two, so you're fine. So
it is a true consideration.
yeah. Well, it's very interesting. Yeah, but
no, it's good. Yeah, those MTM cans are really good.
I've been tempted to shoot up. I've been tempted to shoot up all the 380 I have, and then just resupply with the Hydroshock Deep case or two, and just leave it at that.
Yeah, you can get good with your carry. Good idea.
Yeah.
I've shot my 380 solo, but I've abandoned that for my carry, honestly.
Right.
I used to use that in Seattle a fair bit because I had to do what's called carry in unfavorable environments or non-permissive environments. That's it. Carry in non-permissive environments. So, I'd work, and they'd have a policy of no guns, but I would do what was right by me.
So. Yeah. Well, when I lived in LA, I carried, and of course, not allowed to, but it's dangerous. So, what's your choice? Being a first-time offender with no criminal record, okay, being arrested by a cop who might not arrest you, in fact, okay.
Well, in Seattle, they let people who do drive-bys off the hook. They drop charges on them. Like people who are felons shouldn't even have guns in the first place. Conducting drive-bys.
Yeah, the victim is arrested and put in jail. The offender is let go. Yeah. But
no, I felt like if it was ever used in a self-defense scenario, I think legally, things would come out fine, even in a place like Seattle.
No, I don't think so. I think even if I had to protect myself, or I mean, someone in Portland, Seattle, city like that, you're in deep shit. They'll go after you. No, we do.
It depends. I knew 2 people who had shot people in self-defense. It worked out very well. But look, this being said, I was carrying legally in Seattle.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Like, I'm just talking about what my work permits.
I had a Washington permit too. Yeah, right. So,
yeah.
Right.
So it is what it is. But ultimately, along the way, like when I first got into firearms, I sort of said, I held a high regard for like law-abiding gun owner, and after seeing all the proposed laws come in for Washington State, and they didn't come in while I was there,
Yeah.
I realized that this high watermark of self-imposing laws against yourself is completely crazy. Because if you look at the legislation, almost none of it is enforceable. The only person who could enforce it is yourself. It's only you who can take the guns away from yourself in many of these cases. So, for example,
Kamala Harris wanted to buy back your weapons. She never sold them to you, but she wants to buy them back. Yeah,
with your own money.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Correct. Right.
So my policy from now on is I only talk about peaceful firearm owners, not law-abiding. I don't encourage anyone to follow any firearms laws. I mean, I'm not telling them to put their life in jeopardy one way or another, but I think the Second Amendment is the law of the land, and you don't owe anyone enforcement against your own civil rights.
Well, the fact is, you'll be arrested and charged anyway. That's why you have to have a lawyer. In your case, you're okay. You can afford a really good lawyer. Most people can't. So who get arrested and they're screwed.
Yeah, can do. Yeah, but I mean, unless you like.
Are you there, Aussie? I don't hear you.
Sorry, I can't let the phone go to sleep. Like some of the laws are like, for example, you can't make your own gun. But who could possibly enforce that? Like, they can't peer into your bedroom and say, "Oh, you've made your own gun."
That's a heritage of America, is the local town, the small town gunsmith making guns for the people there. Yeah.
And so, if you make your own gun, like, how could they possibly enforce that? The only person who can enforce that is yourself. So, why would you snitch on yourself or deny yourself something that has been a right in this country since its inception?
Caught you with a gun and it had no brand name on it, then they might investigate you to find out that you're building your own guns, and then here's little Dave. Kamala's husband looks like original OC. Can you imagine how any guy could marry Kamala Harris? And I just saw yesterday a story about Ilhan Omar and her husband. And this guy is an absolute wigged out left maniac, leftist nutcase. And he marries Ilhan Omar. I mean,
well, he's got a private equity. This is a scandal that's going on right now.
Very well.
It went from $0 to $60 billion.
Isn't that amazing?
And there's a lot of childcare operations
in the Somalia, Minnesota thing. Yeah. And he's in
his private equity group.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Investing in local businesses.
Yeah. He and I just read a bio about him, and he's totally devoted to Ilhan Omar's life and career. So the guy is dirty. There's no question about it.
Yeah. 100%. I mean, that's his ticket. You understand?
Yeah, right.
They connect the dots. He invests in the small businesses. She secures the political influence and power.
Right.
And they make sure a certain amount of it goes back into the DNC.
I can't wait for Trump to have her deported legally and just put on a plane and sent back to Somalia, because she's not a patriotic or loyal citizen. She's not at all. She's on video recently saying her home country is Somalia, and her president is the president of Somalia, not Trump. Her country is not the U.S. It's Somalia.
I think they should, like, Trump needs to take all of this general cloud hanging over the Minnesota stuff and laser beam, turn it into a RICO Act prosecution against the majority of the DNC.
And the DNC, yes, absolutely.
Yes,
well, the DNC
100%.
is a terrorist organization. They're the party of Jim Crow. They're the party of what do you call it? Slave owners. You know, they're the party that against Civil Rights Act, and their list of of racist actions goes over a century and a half. It's unbelievable.
I am 100% sure that this money went to fund terrorist groups in Somalia.
No question about it.
And I'm 100% sure that this money also wound up back into Democrats' hands.
No question about it.
And so all these groups connected, full RICO Act, everyone being prosecuted for the next 10 years, extremely serious crimes, terrorism, money laundering, the worst, you know, 20, 60-year sentences on average for the majority of people involved in the Democrat Party.
Correct. I also want to see Rudy Giuliani completely reinstated with his law license. I want him because he's been everything that he was saying, and he got sued to death and stripped of his law license and just destroyed. It's come out. The Georgia officials acknowledged that the fraudulent vote counting and illegal activities in the vote in 2020, they acknowledged it. It was all true. It's on record now. It's all true.
Yeah.
They counted 310,000 votes that should not have been counted, and that were not valid to be counted, and they knew it and they did it. And Giuliani exposed it, and he got absolutely destroyed. He should get the Presidential Medal of Freedom, or whatever that award would be. You know, Trump should do that, which he probably will. You know.
My friend and I were talking about this childcare stuff. It goes across the country. So there's a lot in Washington State, around 500. He's actually seen these Somalian claim things. So it goes all over the country. Actually, it's like we've only been uncovering the smallest amount of the just tip of the iceberg, basically.
Right.
And I think that this is arguably civil war. Like, as in, this will be it. I think the moment that they go to arrest a governor, that's somewhat justifiably civil war. And we have to be prepared about the outcome. Now, I'm not going completely hyperbolic and saying we're now talking about artillery shells in cities and stuff. But you know, when you have other states fighting the federal government with force, and I believe that's what it will come down to. You're going to have a federal arrest warrant for Waltz, and whether or not he goes quietly or not, you're basically at civil war. And believe me, Newsom's next.
Oh, and the governor of New York, all these Democrat libtarded governors, arrest them all. And the Congress people too, arrest all of them, throw them all in Gitmo, suspend
full RICO Act terrorism charges.
Let them sit there and rot. You know, that's my opinion. But anyway, what was I going to say? Can you imagine if Waltz and Harris actually won the White House? This story about Minnesota would never have come out. Never.
Oh, 100%.
Because whoever they would have appointed as FBI director would have buried the story completely, and it never would have seen the light of day. Right.
Yeah. Look, it's still going to take Trump to step up and laser beam this into full RICO charges for everyone involved.
Right.
Like, he hasn't done that yet. This will turn into nothing unless he does. It will. Yeah. This will turn into nothing unless he goes nuclear within days or weeks. Right. If he doesn't, this is just going to be swept under the rug. The next thing we're talking about is the midterms and minor issues of legislation and policy and government.
I think he'll do the right thing. I really do. He's got every day. He's got so much stuff going on. I mean, how does he catch up with everything? But he gets everything done. I believe he does. You don't necessarily agree, but okay, you know.
Well,
Hey,
proof is in the pudding. We'll
all right,
see.
all right, yeah. Hey, how come? Remember, 10 years ago or whenever it was, the Las Vegas shooter from the hotel who killed 50 people at that concert. He was
Yeah,
shooting at his. Remember that? Yeah. How come that
yeah,
story's never been discussed ever since?
yeah. It's a complete travesty.
Yeah.
There should be a full release of all the information,
Nothing ever
including
was.
the things that
Nothing was ever released about that story. It was buried
exactly.
immediately.
Yeah.
Incredible. Yeah.
Well, I don't know about. I would say buried immediately.
It
New
lasted
York
about a
Times.
week or two, and then it was gone. That's it.
Yeah, New York Times actually had a really good timeline of events to break down.
Mm.
But for sure, the only thing people are really talking about isn't like that it happened. Yeah, it happened. It's the motivations. No, look, I tell you what did happen. Gun owners lost bump stocks. Trump weaponized the ATF.
Hmm.
That's it. That is what happened. That was the outcome. We lost our rights, and we had a permanently weaponized ATF.
I mean,
And we lost.
Obama never weaponized government agencies against Americans.
Oh, for sure. I mean, IRS in particular, but
Yeah.
I would say the ATF was very aggressive in the Biden Obama era. Very
Oh, yeah.
aggressive
Yeah.
on the torturing the language of the law and such like that. But Trump really opened the gates of hell with ATF just saying, "Oh, we can just simply define new laws, just net new laws." Like bump stock ban is now a thing. Guess what? Bump stock? That's a machine gun. Like it's completely unhinged.
Hmm.
I successfully struck down in court, but I mean, why did people like myself have to pay lobbyists and groups to fight Trump era gun control? We spent millions and millions and millions of dollars to have that bump stock ban overturned, and then the subsequent legislation, like the at the moment it's the forced reset triggers, which are under fire, and we seem to be winning a little bit, but we've spent millions and millions of dollars in court and people's lives being threatened because of what Trump did. So he's not a friend to the Second Amendment in my book yet. Now, if he can get some of this stuff passed,
I don't know enough about
cool.
the bump stock thing to talk about it. But to say he's not a friend of the Second Amendment, I don't agree with that at all. He's a huge supporter.
Well, gun grabber is okay. He's a friend, but he's a gun grabber. I mean, that's as kind as I could put to it.
I just don't believe that. Yeah. But okay, yeah. So,
well, I mean, he did ban bump stocks. It's really that simple.
okay, but I don't believe that to open and shut. That means he's a bad guy. I don't know the story behind the bump stock thing. Why, so I don't know.
Well, it was executive order. He just told the ATF, you got to ban them, and then the ATF banned them. It was that simple.
But I don't know what that has to do with 99% of gun owners. So
it has to do with every gun owner, because the ATF is not an organization that is there to create legislation. That's what Congress is, and Congress, ideally should not be allowed to at all, because we have the Second Amendment. Enumerated powers. I don't see how enumerated powers comes to we have a Second Amendment.
No, that's correct.
And then we can't. We can make gun laws.
No, okay, I understand that part. Yeah, okay.
So he skipped Congress and just said, ATF, make these things illegal, and that's what they did.
Well, it's not like Obama who made everyone buy an insurance policy they didn't want. That's never been done before.
That never happened. But what did happen was he started classifying relatively normal activities by average gun owners and started classifying them as dealers, and then applying a whole bunch of legislation that was supposed to only apply to dealers to people who might have bought and sold like 5 guns in a year.
Okay, well.
Yeah. I mean, so I'm not saying that Obama was a good guy for the Second Amendment, but he literally didn't ban guns, which is what Trump actually did.
Obama regularly won gun salesman of the year. More people bought guns because of a fear of what he might be doing or would be doing.
Oh, for sure.
He had record gun sales during his 8 years. I mean, mind-blowing record gun sales, because people were stocking up, because this guy is a flat-out commie traitor. Who knows what he's going to be doing?
I tell you what surprised me. I mean, I didn't go out of curiosity. When Charlie Kirk was assassinated, that was a very dark moment, and I was at the same time looking to try help my friend purchase a handgun for just home defense, and we were planning on going. And that afternoon, that morning, Charlie Kirk was assassinated. I'm like, oh God, we're going to a gun store on a day like today. It's going to be completely packed. People panic buying. And we went there, and no queues. Just looked like a regular day. I was blown away. I think people are very, very comfortable with the administration that they would not knee-jerk do gun control again. Is that faith in Trump misplaced or well placed? I don't know, because as I said, for the Las Vegas shooting, he went full nuclear on guns. So I don't really trust the guy until I see the NFA repeal. So January 1, NFA tax stamp is going to be $0. So if you want a suppressor or a short barrel rifle, you can get that from January 1 for $0.
Well, Trump is pushing very, very hard for nationwide concealed carry. Nationwide concealed carry, you don't need a permit. It's constitutional carry.
He's talked about it a lot, but that's not up for vote, as best as I can tell. So that is what it is. But with it being $0, it can now come down to groups like the Second Amendment Foundation and Firearms Policy Coalition to challenge the validity of the NFA. Because in the past, the NFA has been upheld many, many, many times, saying it's not a restriction on guns, it's just a tax, and the government has the right to tax. And
well, that's what John Roberts said. That's what John Roberts said about Obamacare when he let it.
Yeah, he just made it a tax. Yeah, it's sort of like a loophole. But
it wouldn't be legal, but if it's a tax, it's legal.
Yeah, which was against what the defense of it even said it was. The defense said it wasn't a tax. It's like, okay,
incredible. Yeah.
So there's a good possibility that through court proceedings we can get the NFA repealed completely, because it's no longer a tax. That being said, I wouldn't put it against the Republicans to reinstate a $1 tax.
For what reason?
Like the bill is there. The bill is there, and I wouldn't trust Republicans not to put it up for a vote and pass it. Basically, I wouldn't put it against them. I think they'll do it. I think there's a real possibility it'll happen. And if they're doing things like continuing to restrict guns like that, I think there's no hope for them doing things like the Suppressor Hearing Protection Act to make suppressors non-NFA items and so forth. Like I have reciprocity. Yeah, it's no way that's happening. If they're considering putting the tax back on after they just handed us this win, well, it's a pseudo win, as in it's not quite a win yet. We still have to fight it out in courts, but it's possible. Give us a glimmer of hope. They didn't have the balls to just repeal it. They said, no, we're going to leave that to the courts.
Amazingly, Trump has 3 more years. With all this, with the mind-blowing accomplishments and work he's done in the first year, he's got 3 whole years to go. So as long as his health stays good, I mean, it's a tremendous amount of stuff he's going to be doing. That's good. I mean,
I hope so. I mean, he needs to keep up the pressure on ICE, keep those deportations going.
Yeah.
He's going to have to. Like, I think they've been slowing down. Like, I think like a lot of the pushback, like he's chickening out basically.
Well, I think they're deporting the wrong people. They should be deporting Mamdani and Waltz and Newsom and Pelosi. Those people should be deported. But,
I'd like to see it.
Yeah, stripped of citizenship, and either you give them a choice: you're deported or you're sent to Guantanamo. One or the other. Yeah.
Trump has egg on his face over the Maryland father.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't give him that choice. I take that back. I would just put him in Gitmo and leave him, let him rot. So.
But But I love Christine Nome. She's fantastic.
Hmm.
She has fantastic taste in watches, and she looks like an ass-kicking Barbie doll, just like in South Park. I loved it.
Would
It was
she
really good.
be a good adult film performer?
She could. She could.
Good.
She's a little bit old for that, but she could.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Would be very satisfying.
Very satisfying. Oh, there you go. Very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if she did that, she'd make $25 million easy if she decided to do that. Easy. Start up her own channel on YouTube. I mean, on the internet. Exclusive channel and show her stuff. She'd make 25 million in a month. Easy. But
Yeah.
There's a
We'll get there.
congresswoman-
Hopefully this
there's a
Minnesota thing comes through. Yeah.
There's a congresswoman from Florida, Representative Luna. Do you know her?
No,
What the
I think I
hell's her
saw a
name?
picture earlier today, but I didn't,
She's
read it.
Latina. She's absolutely stunning, and totally terrific politically. Just Anna Paulina Luna.
Better than AOC.
Yeah, AOC is just a warthog. She's disgusting. Anna Paulina Luna represents Florida from what area?
Oh, so she is in Congress. Okay.
Yeah,
Interesting.
Florida's 13th district, which is Largo, Clearwater, Pinellas County.
Mhm.
That's like Central Florida on the west coast. Tampa Bay area, right? Okay.
Mhm.
And she was in the Air National Guard at age 19. Look, it was just absolutely beautiful and really smart woman, really terrific. Yeah.
You know, I was thinking of getting on the government grift, and what's the best thing? Like, I was thinking, I'm not saying I'm this guy, but you know, but I'd have to get training, right? Like Navy Special Forces or something like that would be pretty awesome.
Mhm.
You know, you just get to run around all day, shoot a lot of guns, but the prospect of actually going to war is pretty high. I don't like that.
What, you're thinking of joining Special Forces?
No. I mean, what would be the, like, if you could pick your government grift, like a lottery, what would it be? Like, it would be something where I didn't have to sit behind a desk. Like, I got to go outdoors.
All right.
I spend all that time with the boys,
Oh, that's too
shooting
much
guns,
work.
blowing
Being a
stuff
Navy
up.
SEAL? Are you kidding? If you ever got through the program, I mean, that's just way too much. I mean, once you pass the program, maybe.
Yeah, once you're through buds, then they're not putting like their soldiers through like torture every month. You know. That's
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
That's
once you
just
get past
buds.
that,
It's not,
it might be pretty
yeah,
good.
but I'm just saying, no. Get past it. Who has the cushiest lifestyle?
Let me get to that in just a second. MT85, good to see you. $9.99 super sticker. Thank you so much for the channel support, MT85. Thank you. I'm not SEAL material, okay.
Mhm.
But I think
I guess I could be an officer. That would be pretty.
Oh yeah. I don't know.
And the Marines, they give their lower ranking officers machine guns, so that might not be bad. Like, they typically give them M4s. Like, they don't necessarily carry pistols. They'll have.
If you were
M4s
20 years
themselves.
old, do you think you could have passed Marine boot camp?
Yes. Yeah, when I was younger, for sure. I mean, I was a pretty good runner, and that's the primary thing. Like they don't have a test where it's like, oh, you gotta bench press 300 pounds or something.
Yeah, but
It's really an endurance thing.
But when you took the entrance test for the armed services and they saw your score, they would have said, okay, this guy, put him in boot camp, we'll put him in officer school, and we'll put him in stateside in Kansas City working on computers. And you'd have been sitting down at
that's
desk
probably what
programming
would
computers
happen.
the rest of your career.
Yeah, like if it was America, it'd likely be CIA pretty quickly. I would think, like, anyone that's reasonably smart would probably be pushed into the intelligence services rather than meat grinder administration.
Mm-hmm. I think a good job for me would have been like supply officer. You just go into
Yeah.
the warehouse and check the inventory on shirts, jackets, hand grenades, meal kits. Order some more. Keep the inventory going, and
Oh yeah, supply sergeant.
yeah, a supply
Basically.
officer. I mean, that would have been pretty
Yeah.
good. And it's a damned
Well,
important
you
job.
the no, you. My understanding is that job falls to the captain's CS or something like that. Basically, it's not an officer's job. It's the sergeant that is assigned to the officer.
Ah, okay.
Like it's like their secretary, basically.
I see. But they do have officers in the supply corps. So I mean.
Oh, okay. Like big logistics. Yeah, yeah. I was talking like if you're in the Navy SEALs, like
Oh no, not the SEALs. No, I'm. Yeah, right. No, I mean you work in the office. You got the computers, inventory computers.
Oh, you got a super chat.
Yeah, I just announced that.
Oh, you did.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you do a lot of management accounting and counting how many T-shirts and cotton briefs you have, and you need to order more and more ammo, more this, and then have it picked up and shipped out, and that'd be fine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, have you seen the movie War Dogs?
I don't know it at all.
Oh, it's fantastic. It's about it's a true story. It's about two guys who find this government website, and it's just contracts for things the military needs. So
Right.
it's just because it was a legislation passed by Congress that all of the contracts need to be open bid, and so they had the website that had all the open contracts, and they could just bid on them. And if they're the lowest bid, then they would get the contract. Then they had to go figure out how to do X and Y, and so they have to okay, we need to deliver 200 Beretta 92s to this army base in Baghdad, and they're just two guys just figuring it out. It's bloody hilarious.
Really? Okay. It's loosely based on the true story of two young men, David Pacus and Ephraim Diveroli, who won a $300 million contract from the Pentagon to arm America's allies in Afghanistan. And who's in the movie? Jonah Hill. I'm not sure who that is. Is that the guy who? I think that guy did a commercial.
He was in Wolf of Wall Street.
Oh, I couldn't watch that movie. It was awful. Just unwatchable.
Okay.
There was a movie with a TV commercial with Amy Schumer, and maybe this guy or some other libtarded Hollywood asshole celebrating.
Oh, this guy is retarded. Don't
celebrating
worry
some
about that.
gay wedding shit or something.
No, this guy is retarded, but it's a very very funny movie. It's a very very funny
Really?
movie.
Okay.
And like the reality of like the government and war zones, like they were doing way more risky stuff than the army themselves.
Okay. Oh, I just saved
like
it. I'll see where I can find it, if anywhere. Yeah.
Yeah, I bought it on Blu-ray, so it's really not that hard to find. So it should be easy.
What's the benefit that you find using Blu-ray versus just watching a movie on YouTube?
One, I don't have any ads, and I'm not like piecemeal paying for it or anything like that.
Right.
Two, it'll work on my home theater system without any finagling between like what streaming service and is it working or buffering or is the sound quality any good? And three, like outright video quality and sound quality is much improved over anything streaming. So and I get to keep it forever because not all these streaming services it's all on bloody rotation and sometimes it's not in rotation at all.
Yeah.
And I like the luxury of just choosing what I want to watch and then I get to watch it. Is that not the dream?
I guess, yeah. Did you see the movie with Nicolas Cage, Lord of War?
That was fantastic too. That was
I saw
absolutely
that
fantastic
twice. Too. I mean, a couple of years apart, but
yeah,
pretty interesting.
That's a similar but not equivalent story because in that one, for the most part, he's not touching anything in America. Like he's not supplying the U.S. Army. He's not he's not doing anything with American supplies. for the most part, it's him in third world countries selling
Yeah, right.
ex-Soviet era munitions and stuff. So it's definitely a wild tale, but it doesn't say anything about like the US government and fun
And
cockamamie
that was
stuff like
based on
that.
a real guy. I mean, a real person story.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Unbelievable.
how much of it is true?
Yeah, right.
Because he worked for like decades being a
Yeah.
supplier to war countries for decades. So there's a lot of things that could be true.
Yeah. Back in the VHS, VCR days, were you a VHS guy or did you go to Betamax?
VHS. I don't think I ever saw a Betamax.
Right.
But you know, I came into consciousness effectively in the early 90s. I was too young
that would
prior
have
to
been
that.
80s and 90s, that era. And
Yeah,
were
more
just
80s.
really
Like, I
late.
mean, the VHS was already won the game by 1990, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was all VHS. And
Yeah.
I had a video rental store at the end of my street, and I would normally have 10 VHSs each week.
And you
Because they do like a deal for like $10 for 10
so you
10
would
weekly
rent 10 adult
VHSs.
videos for $10.
Yes.
Right, basically, right, yeah.
But yeah, I loved their library. So they had a computer at there where you could look up directors and movies and stuff like that. So yeah, I spent a lot of time researching IMDb before there was IMDb.
Yeah. Have you ever
really fun.
dated, well, before you were married, have you ever dated or do you know, or have you known, do you know women who are really into watching porn?
No.
Or back
I've
in the day,
never-
renting porn at the video store?
Yeah, I was not of age to
Yeah, right.
for that era to even really be a thing. I mean, the internet was already pretty solid by the time.
Right. I wonder what the
I was
percentage
interested.
breakdown is in the market of male versus female porn customers, website, actual product from a store.
Yeah, it's going to heavily skew to men for sure, but the stuff that men watch is not the same thing as what women watch. It's the real thing. Like women can, like when they're looking for it, like the more popular categories that men don't really look at as much are things like simulated rape. Like they want that sort of 50 Shades of Grey style domination type stuff, like real psychological sort of stuff.
I thought it would be like more like home gardening porn or plumber, faulty kitchen plumbing visitor, a plumber visitor at the front door porn kind of stuff.
Yeah. What I've noticed is like men are very visually oriented, of course. But when I talk to women about it, it's a lot more. They're very fascinated about if the starlet themselves is actually getting off. Like they're like, hey, is she actually? Oh, I think she's really nice. That's what really gets them. It's like they effectively put themselves in the head of the starlet basically, and they're really curious if it's like she's actually enjoying it. So they tend to like things that are more amateur based, that are more likely to be quote unquote real, as opposed to things that look good, which have high production values and stuff like that.
I think a really good thing for your retirement, which is going to be your retirement years, which is going to be as long as your working years, basically, is you can go to UNLV, get a PhD in gender studies, would be very easy, or sociology, and then get a job at UNLV teaching about porn psychology, porn marketing, porn phenomenon.
History. No, I like
porn
history. For sure. Yeah.
And a school like UNLV will make those credit courses, history of porn, psychology and sociology of porn, and with Professor Expat.
I don't know, but I've heard and have reason to believe that a lot of the industry is actually now based in Las Vegas, and I had no idea.
Oh, really?
I
Because
assumed
it
it's
was
all in the valley.
primarily in the San Fernando Valley in LA.
Yeah, and I think it might. Someone clued me in, like, maybe no, they think it's in Vegas. I'm like, it's Vegas? Are you sure? And I've done a little bit of research, and I haven't found like, oh yeah, it's definitely all moved, but I've definitely found some indication that some or most of it is American stuff is happening here.
Really? Well, I can believe that. That would make sense because companies that are well managed, well run, get the hell out of California and move to places like Nevada.
Yeah, I think that's what's happening. And also, like, a lot of the newer stuff is going to OnlyFans, and for that, it's just better to be in Vegas because you got less taxes. So, yeah, it's plausible. So I might go to the AVN this year. I wasn't planning to, but I might go to the AVN this year with the express
get your PhD,
goal of understanding how much of it's actually based in Vegas.
Yeah, get your PhD at UNLV, then you can go as professor expat.
Well, this is America. I can go as professor expat anyway.
That's correct. Call yourself anything, right? Right.
What's better, professor or doctor?
Oh, professor sounds pretty good.
Professor. Yeah, a doctor sounds too clinical, and like, what the hell's that?
Oh, it's like
good.
the guy that I mentioned earlier, Lex is who we studied metaphysics and spirituality with. The guy was a phony. He had two I looked him up.
PhDs,
Docs mentioned him that he studied at his place. He gave himself, this guy, 2 fake diploma mill PhDs, and he called himself doctor. I forgot the guy's name, but Docs talked about him. But he's a phony. He gives himself 2 fake PhDs from 2 fake diploma mills, which he owned. And you can't get more phony than that. So you you call yourself anything. Yeah. Give yourself your own diploma.
Yeah. Why go to that effort? You know what I mean? Like, why not just say, no, I call myself a professor? Like, why go to the effort of fake degrees and stuff? Like,
buying a fake degree, right? Or making a fake degree.
At least if you call yourself professor, without trying to claim the academic stuff behind it,
right?
People can respect that. It's not even really lying in a way. You get what I'm saying?
Well,
I'm trying to bend the truth, but it's not. Yeah, you're not even pretending that it's real. You know what I mean?
It's like that guy in the Creation Museum in Texas. He has his own PhD from his own fake college diploma mill. Okay, but he wants that because when he talks, he wants that position of.
He wants to say he has 2 PhDs.
He has a PhD. And by the way, his dissertation on some fossils that were found in Texas. Okay, there was some story. Some actual paleontologists reviewed real paleontologists reviewed his quote dissertation. They said it was just the most mangled up bunch of bullshit they'd ever seen. Totally unacceptable as a dissertation at any school. Yeah. But he gave it to himself, his own diploma. So.
I guess he felt like maybe this is ammunition that he could use in a debate with someone who actually is a scientist or something.
A doctor versus
you could also say PhDs. Actually got PhDs, right. And then it's ammo for someone to basically restate his bullshit. Oh, I know someone with 2 PhDs on the subject, and he's totally debunked it. That's the
correct. Even
the
though
soundbite they could
PhDs
produce
is a total quack. It's correct. Yeah. Exactly.
Well, the person trying to refute Charles Darwin is always a total quack. Ultimately, a scientific process is you try to debunk your theories, but at this stage, there's no real debunking.
It's mind-boggling how anyone can consider themselves a creationist or believe in creationism and totally disregard science. Not just
well, no, I could see it if they were attached to a religion that actually made it important that was the case. But since, for example, Docs is not even part of an organized religion, like, why would you even bother?
No, he's got his own thing, and he's very happy.
Yeah.
always,
No, but I was saying, like, why attach this whole creationism versus evolution thing to a
I never
net
heard
new
him talk
religion
about.
that doesn't even necessarily accept Jesus? It's like, it's just
I
like
never
wild.
ever heard him talk about creationism at all. So that's very, very interesting. Yeah.
It's probably a couple of years since he broached the
Okay.
subject, or at least he might touch upon it here and there. And I challenge him. I don't even challenge him anymore because he's not willing to engage in that
It
subject
can't be
thoughtfully.
the geology, the paleontology. I mean, it can't be denied. It's fact. It's proof.
Yeah,
evidence.
it's very, very like, and all of the common stuff. Like, I highly recommend anyone who has to hear this stuff. Richard Dawkins, The Greatest Show on Earth. The whole book is just going through common creationist evidence, quote unquote, and completely tearing it to pieces. So that's the book. If you want to know, if you still have some misgivings about, but how does the eye come about and stuff like that, that book has literally every single creationist myth, and it thoroughly debunks it with evidence and citations.
What's the name of the book?
The Greatest Show on Earth.
Richard Dawkins?
Yeah.
Let me look that up.
The Greatest Show on Earth. And it's a fun read. The audiobook's very good. And it's sort of like a back and forth, it's a debate, quote unquote. So yeah, it's very, very satisfying read. Not dry, it's fun.
Show on Earth, The Evidence for Evolution, 2009.
Yeah.
Okay, the audiobook sounds interesting. I'll look it up.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. See, this is really quality information you don't get on those other hate channels. Those are the channels that are all hate. They just talk about hate and KOK talk. It's incredible.
Yeah. I'm trying to up my books this year. I'm going through the whole I'm re-investigating atheism because it's been a default for me, but there's like this whole problem about maybe 5 to 10 years ago where basically the liberals took atheism way too far. And they tried to do this thing called atheism plus, which is like, oh yeah, you don't believe in God, and also LGBT, they must have equal rights. And it's like, what? No, you can't. Like, we're just saying we don't believe in God. We're not trying to replace every other aspect of society with something else. Like, what the hell are you talking about? And so it just completely went off the rails. And I'd say today there's sort of a resurgence in mainstream religion. And like Peterson sort of championed it a little bit, but Peterson's gone completely off the rails these days.
Jordan,
so I was just,
Jordan, he's very ill right now. So
yeah, because he's a fucking drug addict.
I wouldn't. That's not fair.
No, it is fair. No, you look it up. I'll send you some videos.
I saw an interview with his daughter talking about him on YouTube, and he's got some medical. He has some medical condition caused by exposure to mold, black mold or something. And,
it looks more likely that he's just.
It's very serious.
Yeah, it's called too much recreational drug use, I think.
So? I'm not aware of that. Okay.
Yeah, I'll send you a video.
Okay. Yeah.
Because he's definitely fallen off the wagon, not just health wise, but some of his ideas are completely batshit stupid.
You think so? I don't. I've only seen him. Things I've heard him say are very, very smart and very on target. Yeah.
No, these days he's a coward. He's a complete coward. Yeah, like. He even had this. He did this thing called there's a podcast / YouTube channel called Jubilee, and they do these things where 20 X's versus 1 what, and so he was invited to do 20 atheists versus Jordan Peterson, one Christian or something like that, and it gets off to a completely wild start where he refuses to take on the moniker of being a Christian. He says like, oh, well, I don't know if I am. Well, what the hell are you talking about? Like, like this is
Well, I'd have to
this,
hear.
this is so simple. You either believe that Jesus is the Lord, your Lord and Savior, or you don't. It's
Well,
like, well, I don't know if I am. I don't really want to take on that one.
that's
Like,
very
what the
interesting.
hell?
But to be fair, I'd have to hear him. I'd have to hear him say that in whatever statement he was making.
Yeah, yeah. I'll give you the video, and you know, I followed Jordan Peterson. Like, I paid for one of his books.
Hmm.
I paid for one of his courses, and it did concern me even at the time that one of his earliest books was Maps of Meaning, which is basically this weird metaphysical connection between what he was popular for at the time, you know,
Hmm.
as well as, quite frankly, Jesus. So there was always something there, but it's only in the last few years, while combating his health issues and completely disconnected from reality. If you look at his YouTube channel, one of his most recent videos is like a panel he did, including Dennis Prager,
Uh-huh.
and it looks like very current and blah blah blah, but it's just fake because Dennis Prager, for more than a year now, has been paralyzed from the neck
Right.
down.
That's right.
So this video is from who knows when, how long ago, and so his main channel is basically fake. You know what I mean? It's stuff that's being rehashed and
Okay, I'll have to look
regurgitated
at
out.
it. Yeah.
Um,
Hey, listen to this. I just got an email from one of the gun website places, and it's a featured product, the Ruger LC Carbine series. Ruger LC Carbine, 45 ACP, 16.25 inch barrel, 13 rounds, $1,009, price / today, $599.
That's pretty good. I'd say the main reason to get such a firearm is if you want to use it with a suppressor, because 45 ACP is a fantastic round in that configuration because it's a heavy hitter while staying subsonic, and you don't need to buy specialist subsonic ammo. You just get the regular 230 grain stuff, and you're firing, you know, subsonic slugs, and
you
it's
can
good.
put the big V crown in that, and what else?
If it'll feed. A lot of PCCs aren't very kind to hollow points.
Yeah, got it. Yeah. Well, that's a hell of a price, but I can't.
Yeah. Well, if I would say the only reason to do that is if you want a suppressor-based PCC.
No, I've got more than. Well, you can never have more than enough, but I think I've got what I can only deal with.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of 45. Like, ultimately, like you'll discover with your ammo boxes, it's a very heavy cartridge. You don't get much 45 in a box, and without that box weighing a ton as well.
Yeah, you know, I've actually had thoughts of getting rid of everything and just keeping all the handguns ammo, and just keeping just a 9. Get rid of 380, get rid of 35s, and just have two 9mm pistols, and plus the rifles, and that's it.
I think that's sensible.
Really now is if I didn't have the ammo, and you know, I have it, but you know, and the 9 ammo, I don't really need the 45 anymore, but I love the pistol. So, and I've got so much ammo, but
yeah, I mean, I've got one 1911.
Two 9 pistols, and that would be
it. No, sorry, I've got two 1911s, and every now and then I think there's going to be someone who comes to town and they're going to want to shoot a 1911 because that's a classic, and that's what it's for. But really, the space and extra hassle of having another caliber, and you know, 1911s are overrated, honestly. But
well, you know, blowing a 3/4 inch hole into somebody has an appeal to it that other calibers and handguns don't. Yeah, Jock, not talking weapon systems. I don't know anything about weapon systems in the military. I'm just talking about basic handgun caliber stuff. But
but Jock, did you know that American civilians collectively own more firearms than all of the world's militaries and police combined? The estimated stock of small arms for military and police in the entire world combined is about 200 million. For American citizens, we have over 400 million.
400 million.
So Yeah, so it's really the other way around. The military catches up to us, not the other way around.
Wow.
And I had a
I
P320
heard
before the
300
army thought it was
million.
cool.
I heard 300 million, but 400 million, yeah, why not? Probably more.
No, it is 400 million. We are way beyond one per person.
If it was one
We-
per person.
No, sorry, let me double
half
check.
the country-
I think
half the
I might have overstated the military's capacity by a lot. I think the total world's capacity is somewhere around 4 million, not 200 million.
Right. And $80
I'll have to
billion
double check.
of that, and $80 billion of that was given to terrorists by Joe Biden.
Right. Right.
Absolutely correct.
So,
Fact.
so in America, around 2.2 million guns are sold every month, and roughly every 2 months, Americans acquire in civilian hands more firearms than all of the world's militaries and police combined every 2 months.
Well, if I was an EDMM like you and Jock and everybody else out there, I'd have a huge collection just as like toy collecting. It would just be great.
Yeah. Oh well, I don't really consider myself a watch collector or a firearms collector. Honestly, I only have the firearms I need to have fun with. Like
Right.
every single handgun I bought, every single rifle and pistol I bought,
Right.
they all fit a specific competition/sport category that I participated in. So
Right. No, I don't know anybody
Um,
who owns any Javelin missiles or military fighter jets or artillery or, you know.
I would love a javelin. That would be pretty cool.
What would you do with it?
I would just have some fun.
Would you mount it to your SUV?
Well,
Your
it's
van?
such a unique system. You know, it's got those options to do indirect fire and everything. Yeah, I don't know how I'd use it. RPG-7 would be an easier win. Like
Oh, really?
RPG-7 would be really good. That's a lot. That fires a lot more like a rifle. Like it's so fast. You point what you need to kill, and it gets there at 300 meters a second.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like firing a 45. I
Go to
believe the practice rounds for the RPG-7 are basically it's a 45.
Go to that Battlefield Vegas where I went to shoot all the World War II weapons, and they'll ask you what package do you want? Do you want the World War II package, the Vietnam package? Say, I want to shoot the Javelin missiles. Yeah, see what they say.
Well, Jock, the Javelin, we called it 911 or 911. As it costs the same as a Porsche 911 for every time you use it. Yeah, I know. They're not cheap.
Wow.
They're not cheap. I think in the Ukraine, they don't have that many Javelins. They use the AT4 system, the Befors and the Carl Gustav. So a little bit simpler systems because it's a little bit more cost effective, but not by much. I mean, we're spending billions there. I wonder how much damage the Russians have inflicted with their weapon systems versus the amount of damage we've inflicted upon the American citizens just by spending on munitions. Because I mean, for sure, there hasn't been literally billions of dollars of damage that Putin has caused on American soil to American citizens. But we've volunteered giving up huge amounts of our money and resources.
Well, not we.
Straight up.
That was Biden.
Yes, that's fair.
Not we. It was Biden. Biden gave him $86 billion in aid or more. It was even more than that, I think. I don't know. But I've heard the number.
Oh, mental Jock, I wouldn't be surprised if the Javelins cost more now than they did 15 years ago. That would not surprise me at all. Because they're quote unquote better. Better for extracting money out of Americans.
Well, why don't you just buy
main
your
problem.
own, what's it called, Iron Dome? Why don't you buy your own Iron Dome over your house? And,
that would actually... I wouldn't mind some really serious anti-aircraft around my home. That would actually be pretty cool.
Right.
I probably would never turn it on, but if I ever had to turn it on, that might
If
be
you had to, you'd have it, right?
Better to have it and not use it than to need it and not have it.
Why not install landmines on your property all around the house, you know?
Well, I'd want those to be autonomous. Like I'd have like little robots that carry the landmines around.
Right. Yeah.
So they can sneak up on the the team that's at my front door. They go deploy, and then out comes this little robot dog. Woof 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 woof.
Right. Yes.
Or I could just have a flashbang. It's a little distraction. That's a good one. You know the Australian shooting in Bondi. That was done on the anniversary of a previous attack on Australian soil, the Lint Cafe Sydney siege, where the police to break the siege, they were in the lobby, and it was like very dark. It was at nighttime. You know, I think it was like second day of the siege, and they were all standing there in the stack in the lobby, you know, before the, you know, going into the room that where the shooter was, and they prepared flashbangs, and then instead of sending the flashbangs into the room where the terrorist was, they missed, and both flashbangs bounced back into the room where the team was, and so they flashbanged themselves. And then they decided to go into the room while they were concussed, and then open fire with fully automatic fire, and they successfully killed one of the hostages.
Well, yeah.
They went in with fully automatic fire. Wild. Completely wild. Complete cowboy shit. That's what that is. Yeah, completely stupid. So yeah, I don't put much faith in police and military's capabilities in terms of shooting. I would hope to never be on the opposite side of a rescue if I was relying on the police.
I see what you mean. Yeah. Well, what about special agents like SWAT? What about like SWAT policemen?
This was SWAT. This was like quote unquote highly trained, the best in the country. Yeah. Well, I mean, I mean, if you start off with the gun on full auto, like, what's there to talk about? like this is just brain dead to begin with.
Well, I don't know
like
SWAT tactics, so I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, you don't, like, if you're trying to rescue a hostage, there's more hostages in the room than there are shooters, and they go in there blasting on full auto. Completely insane. Completely insane. It's like Russia sort of tactics, you know, where it's like hostage situation. It's like kill everyone.
It's a really outstanding movie for TV, the Raid on Entebbe with Charles Bronson and Peter Finch. A really great cast.
Oh wow!
Did you ever see that?
No, definitely not.
Oh, it's a great, I mean, a really superbly done movie for TV. Really great cast. And at the end, Charles Bronson's the officer on the general on the ground for the Entebbe raid. And
is that Lebanon or something?
No, this was
Libya?
Uganda.
Okay.
With Idi Amin. Yeah. And they go in to rescue the hostages. They're all carrying Uzis, and they're all, you know, expert marksmen kind of thing. You know, the elite commandos. Yeah. And they're firing a single shot, not full auto, in a crowded room of hostages and terrorists. They pick off the terrorists single shot at a time.
Yeah. Well, I mean, machine gun has its use, but it's not for, you know, whatever. I just cannot explain. Like, and they I don't want to get too far into that.
I can't believe you've never seen that.
It pisses me off.
For that. I mean, it's a really extraordinarily good film. Yeah.
I think that might have been a part of Lord of War, because I think he was supplying scallywag African figures like that.
Well, these were Palestinian terrorists hijacked a French Air France jet to Uganda.
Oh, okay, interesting. That's a nightmare scenario.
Now they made that was on like NBC or something, and ABC or whatever network made a similar movie, and they filled it up with a full A-level Hollywood cast, Elizabeth Taylor and Kirk Douglas and like that. And that one sucked. That was an awful film. Yeah. I
really feel like watching Black Hawk Down again. Out of all the movies that I've praised and liked and turned out to be complete fakes, that one's still holding up apparently.
I watched that about 3 weeks ago. I only got about halfway through. I thought it's too intense. I needed a break, and I never got back to finish it.
It's amazingly executed movie, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, like a lot of the war movies since have been complete propaganda, as in complete fictions, and it's been completely disheartening to know that we're still being fed lies so blatantly.
Do you think the Australian government lies more or less or the same to its people?
They're a lot more in control of the narrative, as in they get people to be concerned about issues that aren't actually issues, while they, in the background, do what elites need them to do. So I'd say it's a lot more controlled.
I feel catfished.
Hey, John.
Oh, here we go. G'day, Jock. But Jock, full auto fire. I mean, they don't even put full auto on the American service rifle these days. Never mind going into a hostage situation afoot.
No, you don't. No, there's no control. You don't do full auto. It's fucking stupid. The only time I would ever use full auto or train for is if you're doing a bunker. If you're in a position where you've got a heavily fortified position and you jump in after you threw in a grenade or you've buried it, if that makes sense. You hit full auto just to wipe them out at the end. You never go full auto. It's a waste of ammunition. It's a waste of. There's no control.
Wow.
So
yeah,
it's as simple as that. You don't. Full auto is just. It's like you see in the movies. The minute you hit the trigger, your weapon automatically wants to flick itself in the air. There's no control. You're just wasting ammunition, basically. If you want to put it in that
if the first one was on target, then it's good. If it wasn't on target, the second, third, and 15th aren't going to be any better.
Exactly. Nah, you have no control. I mean, again, if you have a 30-round mag and you go full auto, you're just probably one might hit the target. The rest is just going to. It's natural. It'll just flick up. You can't control it. That's why when you're getting sergeants or less experienced soldiers, they think that it's the best way to do it, but it's not. It's not at all. But I mean, I'm talking years ago. I've lost a lot of my how do you put it, expertise, because I'm now a civilian again. But
no, I don't think much changes. I mean, we're going back to like full-scale battle rifles in America.
I mean, we had shite though in the UK. We had the SA-80. It's
the SA-80, the classic. Did you get the one that was redone by HK, or were you doing the original?
The original. It was the original. It didn't have the grip stock at the front. I think they have now. Where it was the original. But I had I mean, at my time, because I had the underslung grenade launcher on it, which is pretty cool. Really nice. But even then, very accurate. The SUSAT we had was amazing. The sight we had was amazing. But the rifle
SUSAT seems to be the best sight of that era.
It was an amazing sight at the time, but it's a very accurate weapon system. However, you get a bit of dust in it, a little bit of moisture, humidity. It just you constantly had a fucking. It would constantly jam. It didn't like it, especially in the desert.
I think at the start of the Iraq War, the Americans were still using peep sights while the British had the SUSAT.
Yeah, the SUSAT
they had a far superior sighting system.
We had. Well, I had the Mini-Me though. I remember at one point, was it my second tour? I had the Mini-Me. I mean, obviously the Americans had that.
No way.
It was the short barrel Mini-Me we had, not the long barrel one.
That's awesome.
I had, fucking hell, talking a long time ago. GPMG, obviously, General Pulse Machine Gun, which is absolute savage. Grenade machine gunner, so GMG trained. I was at the time. So basically, a grenade machine gun, Morty, literally. Grenades.
I just finished watching Generation Kill, and they used the GPMG a lot.
Mhm.
But
I
in the
was
show, the hits on target were just bullet hits. Like what they're firing is the GPMG, but
yeah,
and the story
7.62.
is
Yeah,
definitely showing
7.62.
it as no. In the show, they had GPMGs on top of the Humvees, and
Yeah, I
as
mean,
far as the
we
story
had to
goes,
think.
like they're
Well,
bringing down buildings, but none of the special effects were showing
no, it
grenade
was
hit.
never. I mean, we had a thing called a Wimmick, which was basically a stripped down Land Rover with a
Uh-huh.
360 turret on the back. So it was a three-man
Mm,
deck. We call it a three-man deck. So you had the driver, the commander, and at the back was one lad with a GPMG or a 50 cal on a 360 turret, literally a Land Rover stripped down.
yeah,
So with no roof, no like, you didn't have a. It was literally like if you take a Land Rover and you cut the roof off,
yeah.
right, and that's what it was.
Sorry,
Um,
I'm probably gonna run out of battery in a
so am
minute.
I in a minute.
So
Look, come in
no
Bali, by the way.
disrespect when I end up disconnecting. Okay.
Aussie's running out of ammo. Right.
Yeah.
I'm running out of ammo as well. Actually, I'm not long. I just thought I'd come in and say hello. I've been listening to the conversation. It's quite
Yeah. Well, thank you
interesting.
very much. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
The one thing I like is obviously you guys in the US, you get to enjoy and experience all these things, and you know, go to ranges and fire
Yeah.
big boy toys.
Hmm.
And it's just very
Yeah.
strange because being a guy from the UK, it's like very restricted. You know,
Hmm.
it's very regulated, which is fair. But yeah, I know.
It's a
I think
different
Aussie,
thing.
you're quite an expert as well in some respects when it comes to your small arms and going to ranges and all that. So I
Yeah,
just
I know
find
all
it
the
quite
nerd
interesting
stuff,
to listen to.
like ballistics and terminal
Yeah,
ballistics and stuff. That's not the
well, I'm not
same
like
thing as
that.
war fighting, you know.
You don't.
It's like
You get handed it. You pass a card out. You can use it. Carry on.
yeah,
It's not as intense.
yeah. Like it's like hunting. Like knowing firearms isn't the same thing as hunting. So
You like this,
it's a
so
skill that
Aussie?
I have to build up.
Our sniper section, because we were based up in Scotland, was you get the deer call every year.
Hmm.
We were in Scotland, and the snipers used to go out with the farmers. And were
Yeah.
able to cull the deer with the farmers. So you'd use their sniper rifles, and they get some, some real going into the mountains and cull deer with the farmers. That was pretty cool.
Wow.
Mm.
I think I've seen a
And
few videos on YouTube of that kind of
mhm,
activity.
yeah, I used to do it. Yeah, every year the sniper section was able to go out and play around with the farmers up on the Highlands of Scotland.
Yeah, I'd eventually like to deer hunt with my son. I'm still just getting the hiking and camping stuff. I did
Oh yeah,
a
that's amazing.
7 mile hike the day before yesterday. It's
Oh nice.
yeah, it was pretty serious on my legs.
Yeah, Aussie, I'm not far away from your home country in Bali. I'm only a few hours away from your
Oh, cool.
massive. Yeah. Yeah, spending a year in Bali, man.
Oh, is that where you are? Wow,
Yeah.
fantastic.
I'm in
Good for you.
a little villa in Bali at the moment. Wife's
Good
sleeping.
for you.
I sound like rough
I'd
because we
love
had a
to
hard night.
I'd love to just do what I used to do when I was younger and just move country and stuff. But with the kids, it's just not really a thing. I just got to hunker down with whatever their school schedule
Oh,
is, and
do you know what,
yeah,
mate? When they grow up, you're still young. When they grow up, you still have the opportunity to do it. When they
yeah,
fly the nest, should they say?
yeah. Another 14 years,
Oh, well,
unfortunately.
my daughter turns 16 this year, so
Oh
she
wow,
turns 16.
congratulations.
So, but again, I'm going to leave you to it. I just thought I'd jump on and say, and by the way, if I don't see you, obviously hope you had a great Christmas and Happy New Year, boys.
Thank you,
Yeah,
John.
good to
Uh,
see
Thank
you.
you.
Happy New Year,
Yeah.
Jock.
I really hope that 2026 is fruitful and amazing and the best year. All right,
World peace,
Morty.
world peace.
Well, that's not going to happen,
Here's
but
to world
for
peace.
yourselves,
No. We can hope.
you can have
World
the hope.
peace.
But
Thank you, John.
Morty, Aussie, good to see you, and I'll be listening. Thank you for
All right.
letting me
Thank
on,
you.
Morty. I appreciate it.
See you
All right,
later.
boys. See you later.
I'm gonna jump. I have to get dinner for the kids, and I've got 1% left anyway.
Right. Okay. Very
Choices
good.
of
Well,
mine.
thanks very much for hopping on the show. Very good.
Cheers.
All right. See you later. Thanks, Ozzy. All right. Let's how can I let me time for a video break. And let's see if I can do. No, that's not how to do it. All right.
Come on, but like, dude, what do? I lost so much money. Seriously, I didn't know I could lose this much money this fast. I'm so pissed. I lost so much money today. So much money yesterday. I lost like 3 Yacht Masters in like a couple days. 3 Yacht Masters. 3 Yacht Masters. 3 Yacht Masters. 3 Yacht Masters.
Why would you send your own fun money to people that have money so they can have fun with your money? Support original content, not unoriginal ripped off. Live streams.
Okay, boy, great videos. Wow, really great. Hello, Gigadwa. I need a chopped cheese sandwich, the Morty way. I've never heard of a chopped cheese sandwich. What is that? Wow. Chopped cheese sandwich? What the hell is that? Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Unbelievable. Been here for 3 hours. Holy shit. Gigadwa, you want to come on the panel? Up on the panel, Gigadwa. Tell us some interesting stories about Gigadwa. I almost clicked the end button, end stream button. Shit. Way too much drugs. I can't even know what I'm doing anymore. Look it up, Morty. All right, well, 1 second. Hold on. I got hang on, let me get something on in the background. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Chopped cheese sandwich. What the hell is that? Chopped cheese sandwich. Here it is. This New York City bodega classic, or as Dr. Jill Biden says, bodega classic, delivers everything you want in a sandwich. Okay. The chopped cheese sandwich, a staple of New York City bodega culture. Flavorful and satisfying handheld sandwich, bold streets. Okay, so it's a 85-15 ground beef cooked directly on a hot griddle. Seasoned with vibrant saison con culantro y achiote, some Mexican stuff, for a punch of savory depth and warm color. As the beef sizzles and forms a golden crust, it's chopped and mingled with sweet yellow onions and optional jalapeno peppers, which soften and caramelize into the meat. The mixture is then shaped into a large rectangle and blanketed in melty American cheese, creating that signature gooey, indulgent bite. I just did a Frank Costanza bite. Yeah. Meanwhile, hero rolls are toasted until crisp and slathered with a classic mayo and ketchup combo, delivering creamy tang with every mouthful. Fresh toppings like sliced tomato, salt and pepper, shredded lettuce. This sandwich, this isn't my kind of sandwich. Saison con culantro y achiote is a vibrant seasoning blend commonly used in Latin American and Caribbean cooking. It typically includes garlic powder, Mexican coriander, cumin, and annatto, achiote, which gives the mix its signature red-orange hue. Yeah, I can see why it's popular, but not for me. It's a burger and a roll, basically. Right. Okay, well, yeah. Hello, Brightling. How you doing? Happy New Year. Welcome to the Depression stream. Did you see the poll results? I had those posted a little while ago. Let's bring those back up. How do we do that? There we go. I had this poll on my YouTube posts page over a couple days, 17 votes. And there's the results. 53%. The audience has spoken. How about that? And Morty aims to please, so we'll see what happens. Well, I've got some incredible toothache on my lower right jaw, or jaw ache. Well, I don't know what it is. It's maybe it's too much prison sex. My jaw hurts. Oh man, I might take some Tylenol. Maybe it's thyroid cancer. Who knows? Wow. So we got the show going, 3 hours and a few minutes. Had Jock on before, and Aussie Expat talked about porn and firearms and politics and creationism and Catholic Church and stuff. Breitling, don't believe any poll in this cesspool. Right. The only poll I'm going to listen to is Dodger. That's about it. I mean, the only poll I would listen to would be Dodger. Right. What am I looking up here? Oh, yeah. So Breitling, like I was saying, I've been spending time going through my huge library of audio clips and shows and trying to edit together just nonstop hate comments and hate screenshots and from those people, and it's a Herculean task. I don't know if I'm up to it. I wish I could hire some 20-year-old intern from Portland State University downtown and just have them go through everything, thousands of hours of this stuff, and just edit it all with whatever software they would know about that I don't know about, and put it all together for me. But that would cost money, a lot of money. Yeah. Wow. I've been watching lots of dog and cat videos, and those are pretty relaxing and nice. And oh man, you can't. I got hundreds and hundreds of shows, and audio clips and screenshots. I really have to turn it over to a university media department and have an entire team go through it all and edit it all into into multiple masterpiece collations. It would be extraordinarily amazing. And I hope to do that this year. But it is very difficult for me to do because I have to listen to the shit while I'm looking, for the exact moments to edit. And I just can't stand these people's voices, especially one guy in particular. Two guys in particular have two of the worst sounding voices I've ever heard in my world travels. Having talked with thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of people. I mean, it's awful. Yeah. Davey Smalls, would you be interested in renting a Marcello? Why would I rent a Marcello? What would I do with a Marcello? Look up the Aki way. He got rich making chopped cheese sandwiches. Now he has videos of him buying. Well, I mean, good for him. I'm not really into that sandwich. I mean, Yeah, I mean, I wanted to do this for a long, long time, but it's like, well, what's the point? Who cares? The thing is, I'll put together these incredible shows, lengthy clips of editing all the stuff together, and what'll I get? Nothing. Just more hatred and lies and put downs and insults. And but I'm going to do it because I need to leave it for posterity. Yeah. Those people rented Marcello so they can have a stream running when they feel like jumping on and taking a dump. Yeah, I heard the tow truck man, Uzi, he offered Marcello. Now, this might not be correct, but to what I can recall, I heard he offered him 7 days or 14 days, something like that, to run a 1-hour show on the Watch Nicholas channel, $200 per 1-hour show for 14 days or 7 days, plus a $200 signing bonus. Something like that. And then Lux, which was revealed on somebody's channel, allegedly sent somebody a text message sent Marcello a text saying, I can get you $3,000 Cash App to you, Marcello, if you leave Watch Nicholas and don't take that offer. So I don't know any of those stories in detail, but why would you ever sell out and join the Uzi? I never would. I never said that. I never said anything like that. I was talking about, I was responding to that question about Marcello. No. You know what's really funny? They do like 10 minutes of pure anti-Semitism, hatred of Jewish people, racism, lying, distorting, putting down, insulting me, and then some genius like Baba or Uzi says, or Dr. Bob says, I don't think Morty's ever coming back to this channel. Absolutely unbelievable. Nobody would ever believe this stuff. Yeah, Max, I posted some Snoop Dogg Seawalk shit on my posts page. It's just unbelievable. So go to my YouTube page where it says posts and scroll down and take a look. If you're interested, look at those Crip Walk videos. I think I put up 3 shorts, and it's just amazing what passes for talent and showbiz in today's America. It's just unbelievable. Giga, well, I'm asking, would you join? What? No. Is there an amount of money? Sure. 150,000. How's that? Does that answer your question, Gigadwa? Yeah, 150,000. But that's like me asking 21,000 for the Shrieker. I mean, on the penance list. These things don't happen. They're just, put out there. Anyway. Well, it's worth it. To me. I mean, I'm not going to do anything for $200 or $100. As much as I desperately need the money, my bank account is minus $45. It's a fact. That's a fact. I've got nothing, but I still wouldn't do that. Do certain things for $100 or $200 or whatever amount because there are standards. I mean, there are certain areas you just don't trespass into, and remain a human being. Yeah, Max, 53%, baby. The time has come. I'm going to take some Tylenol. I don't know what's happening with my jaw. It's got to be too much prison sex. That's what's happening to me. I'll take 2 Tylenol. Wow. Yeah, that prison sex, it really takes a heavy toll on your body, in the anus and in your mouth, you know. It's well, don't believe me, just ask those other people, you know. But yeah. Hmm. 15 viewers. Thanks for watching the show, you know. Let's ask the audience to consider giving a thumbs up or a thumbs down to help support this channel. 9 thumbs up right now. Me? I was never bent over. I was not in prison. I don't have actual prison sex stories like, you know. Gigad, why you don't want to join the panel? Gee, I don't know why that wouldn't be. Why you wouldn't want to join the panel? Yeah. Very surprising, if you ask me. But no one's asking me. Yeah, Max Carter, I had a question for you. I don't remember what it was, though. Oh, yeah, I just remembered. Watch Nicholas. He's been complaining. He's been whining about me with his hate, and he's saying, yeah, Crappy doesn't need the money. He wants to buy he's going to go buy a Grand Seiko. Yeah, he wants a Grand Seiko. He's going to buy a Grand Seiko. Look at that thumbnail. Well, no, that show was, I'm not buying a Grand Seiko. I said if I had money like an EDMM, I would buy that watch. But the watch that I do like and wish I could buy after I paid off all my debt is a Seiko Presage, which is $940. And I showed that's the SPB 525. And if I were ever going to buy a new watch, I would buy that watch. But I'm not buying a watch, Nicholas, because I don't have any money. So send money now. Right. Okay. Just wanted to clarify that. Because I get picked on all the time, and it's always incorrect. It's always based on, things people imagine in their own mind there. Well, I've got too many people after me, Mort. Can't go on the show. Who would be after you, Gigadwa? Yeah, I think I made a screenshot of Max's comment, but I'll look it up if I can find it, or I'll just put it in my edited video. I got comments from people that you would never believe the things they've said. You wouldn't believe it, but I'm going to try and put that all together. It's going to be a monumental task. Monumental. I don't know if and when I'll ever be able to complete it. Yeah, it might have been a long time. It might have been more than a few days ago, so I don't remember. Yeah, so. Oop, you think so? Why didn't Jax do a show, Max? Yeah, that's one of the peculiarities of people who come to the YouTube shows. Is some people sometimes will be in my show in the chat, and be posting nice, interesting comments, enjoying the show, at least by appearance. And then later on, I'll see them on one of those other channels, posting chat comments that are just, insults about Morty, insulting, put down kind of insults. So it's like, who are these people? Oh, I know. Jack's notes went stale. Really? I don't know. Speaking of stale, I was at Trader Joe's about 5 days ago, and I bought some stuff. And I also bought a plastic wrapped package of hot dog rolls. What do you call it? Hot dog bun, hot dog roll, for a hot dog. Hot dog bun, I guess, yeah. And because I was going to, eat them, which is what you do with them. And I put them in the fridge so they would last longer because I was going to, toast them up before I would eat it. And 4 or 5 days, so I took the package out yesterday because I was going to make a sandwich with the bun or a hot dog or whatever. And there was green mold spots all, on the buns. I'm like, what the fuck? Didn't even last 4 days in the fridge. So I don't know whether I should just throw it out, which is what I would do. But then it occurred to me, well, go back to Trader Joe's, scream just scream at the manager and cause a whole scene there. I want my $4 back for the crappy buns that went moldy after 4 days. But then it's only $4, and for me to get there is going to cost more than $4. So I'll just throw them out. You need to give Jack some note material, honey. Well, you know what Jack said. I don't have that screenshot handy. There's more to getting your laundry folded than getting your laundry folded. That was on the show December 21st when he came on the panel. Yep. We were talking about laundry, and I know what he meant. I knew what he meant when he said that. Speaking of prison, Jack's had servants in the pen doing his laundry. Well, yeah, he didn't give any details, but yeah, I think we understood what he meant. Yeah, right. Let me see. I don't know if I can find that really quickly. I don't know where I have that photo to find it right away. I got it. Let's bring it up. Okay, let's change the screen. How do I do this? All right. Yeah, Jax was on the show December 21st. And the next day I made this meme in honor or in tribute to his wisdom. And he said, well, basically, I paraphrased what he said, but this is what he said. There's more to getting your laundry folded than just getting your laundry folded. Jax spoken on the Morty's Diner channel, December 21st. If you understood the context of us talking about laundry, then yeah, I understood it. What do you think, Geek Adwell? What do you think he did in exchange? Well, I mean, that's nobody's business, but interesting comment. Link for Jaxie Poo. I know he's out there, baby. He might be. Probably going to have a big show tonight. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, if I had the advanced YouTube video skills editing skills that a lot of the people out there have, I could have put these videos together a long time, in much faster time. I'm probably using the hard way, the long way of getting this done. It's taking forever. Didn't Lex have a show scheduled with Dodger? Well, he's premiering the Doc's Report channel is premiering the Dodger and Jamie show. I believe it's New Year's night, though I don't recall the date. Hello, Bradley. So I don't understand that Jack's quote. Can someone explain it to me? Well, if you know just a little bit about Jack's life story, maybe it might make more sense. It might make sense to you. I don't want to get into that detail, but I'm just made a graphic of an interesting thing he said on the show. Yeah, the Lux Report channel is expanding. Nobody else wants to hop on the panel. Well, we're going to hang around anyway. I mean, like, why not? Hello, Bateman. The show needs guests. The show needs money, Bateman. Send money now, Bateman, and Guy Gadouin and Bradley and everybody, all 2 people watching. Send money now. Thousands of dollars. Tens of thousands of dollars. Now, you see, I said that on purpose, because those other people are going to say, did you hear Morty yesterday? Did you hear Morty this afternoon? He said, send money now, send thousands of dollars. What a grifter. What a fucking piece of slime. He's always been a grifter. He's a fucking vulture. He's never changed. He's always been like that. Unbelievable. Yeah, right. Exactly. Right. Well, that, using that approach, that I'm already a millionaire living in Los Angeles, using YouTube community logic, that should get me more and bigger super chats, because the people who have Rolex collections and vast amounts of money, they get the huge super chats. So, I don't know. Anyway, what can I tell you? Bateman's not a millionaire. I am the poor. He get what? I'm the poor. I am the poor. Jesus. I am the poor. I'm the poor. I need money for dog food. Dog food ain't cheap. I'm the poor.
Come on, but like, dude, what do? I lost so much money. Seriously, I didn't know I could lose this much money this fast. I'm so pissed. I lost so much money today. So much money yesterday. I lost like 3 yacht masters in like a couple days. 3 yacht masters. 3 yacht masters. 3 yacht masters. 3 yacht masters.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have money for, I don't have any money for dog food. I really don't. Now, the fact that I don't have a dog shouldn't matter. The fact is I can't afford to buy dog food. And again, the fact that I don't have a dog, that's besides the point. In fact, I got to edit this last banner. How do I do that? Need to get in there and do an edit. Here we go. Let me add something to that. Oh. There we go. Yeah, that's better. All right. Just made a little additional, added some, he is the poor. Morty is the poor. Okay. Yeah, 90K, baby. Right. What is that, a pear? Or a chicken leg? What is that? Yeah. Have you gone to the dog shelter yet? Why would I go to the dog shelter? I can't afford to pick up a dog. I mean, I could adopt a dog, but I don't have any money to take care of the dog. So I can't get a dog. I can't even get a gerbil. I don't have money for gerbil food, a gerbil cage, gerbil toys. Well, I think a gerbil would be a nice pet. You know, you can put him on my desk while I'm doing a show. He could walk around and sit on the desk and spin in his little cage, you know, little spinning wheel thing. And then he could just sit there and look at me while I'm doing the show, and nice friendly face. To put him in my pocket and he could take a nap. And I think a gerbil would be a very nice little pet. Hamsters, guinea pigs, they're cute, you know. I think a hamster might be cuter than a guinea pig. Guinea pigs make those little squealing noises, like they make some high-pitched squealing noise. So I think a hamster would be a better choice than a guinea pig. Yeah, Darth Disputer's in the house. Yeah. All right, let's change that picture again. Oh shit, I lost that other one. Fuck. Fuck. Damn it. Yeah, watch Nick. This was the watch I was talking about, but I specifically said I'm not buying it. I'd like to buy it, but I'm not buying it because I don't have any money. I'm the poor. I am the poor. This is called the Seiko SPB 525. It's not a Grand Seiko. And it's got a special indigo dial. And it's this one. But if there's anything I don't need, is another watch. It would serve absolutely no purpose. It would look nice, but I don't need it. I have a watch. It works perfectly. It's precise, easy to read. It's terrific. But if I was an EDMM, I would buy this watch. It's only $940. I mean, $940 is nothing. And when it shows up on Joma Shop, it'll probably be 100 or 200 less. Maybe, you know. But if I did have this watch, I would then make that first in my I would make that my my everyday watch, and use the Victorinox for outdoor activity kind of stuff. I think my computer just froze. Holy shit. I can't use my computer. It's frozen. It's $940 on the Seiko website. Way too expensive. My computer screen is frozen. Shit. Unbelievable. Well, I think it's time to end the show then. Maybe, Darth, you might be right. Yeah, you never pay retail for a Seiko, correct, yeah. I'm going to have to end the show. My screen is frozen. And it's been 3.5 hours, so it's a good time to wrap it up. And 16 viewers, so thank you all for watching. Thank you for the donors on today's show. And maybe I'll be back... Maybe I'll be back tomorrow for a New Year's Eve show. Maybe. All right. Thank you, everybody, and enjoy your evening.